This nigga. Take him back to the trap. Go stupid. I'm tryna nigga. Dumb, go stupid. I'm tryna go dumb, nigga. Go stupid. Yeah. Grab a pot and hit the stove, flick your wrist and let it load. I'm tryna get in that mode, no I ain't trippin' bout no hoe. If he trippin' bout a bitch, then run his bitch ass off the road. These niggas pussy, just some weird niggas behind designer clothes. That shit crazy, your bitch ain't tryna whip up in the trap, that bitch lazy. I got a duffel bag walking out the trap and it's filled up with them babies. Bad bitch ready, suck dick right now, cause I took her back to the 80s. Yeah, I tried this shit, they ride around in a dome, 612 bumping in the trunk, Cuban link, that's a fucking trunk. Bad bitch know what she want, but a bad bitch gon' suck some dick. Grab a pot, let's whip a brick, grab a Glock, let's hit a lick. Got a lick for a fucking trick. Late night, I'm tryna vibe, I'm outside where the hoes at. Tryna slide up in the party where them hoes drop they clothes at. Running through these hoes got me feeling like I'm Bojack. Hit her from the back and Joe Trap, she trapped out, she know that. Grab a pot and hit the stove, flick your wrist and let it load. I'm tryna get in that mode, no I ain't trippin' bout no hoe. If he trippin' bout a bitch, then run his bitch ass off the road. These niggas pussy, just some weird niggas behind designer clothes. That shit crazy, your bitch ain't tryna whip up in the trap, that bitch lazy. I got a duffel bag walking out the trap and it's filled up with them babies. Bad bitch ready, suck dick right now, cause I took her back to the 80s. Yeah, I tried this shit.
I am not a weed boy, I sell powder. Dirty birds touchdown, make them take a shower. I just had 20 bricks, boomed them in an hour. Bitch, you only sell weed, nigga, you a coward. Brand new microwave, just put a 9 in it. Set that bitch on medium, put the time of 9 minutes. Dirty bird, Barry Sanders, want them clean inmate. Cali plug, wanna throw them, go ahead and send it. They told me that my dope stink, had to kick that bitch out. So much flocking rockin' here, I can't get the scent out. I just read the rental car, who gon' take the dent out? Soon as you send that money, that shit getting sent out. When I was born, used to get babysitted by bases. Who could cook a brick the fastest, you know we in it bit racing. Snorted out the rapper, they can't wait to taste it. Cut it with the fed and I'll treat it like I'm Jay-Z.
Grab a pot and hit the stove, flick your wrist and let it load. I'm tryna get in that mode, no I ain't trippin' bout no hoe. If he trippin' bout a bitch, then run his bitch ass off the road. These niggas pussy, just some weird niggas behind designer clothes. That shit crazy, your bitch ain't tryna whip up in the trap, that bitch lazy. I got a duffel bag walking out the trap and it's filled up with them babies. Bad bitch ready, suck dick right now, cause I took her back to the 80s. Yeah, I tried this shit daily.
Gang. Beat the block down, ay, beat the trap up. So many pounds up in the car, niggas gotta lap up. I ain't talking seatbelts, the way your niggas strapped up. Pull out the mini Drake, bow, bow, make them back up.
I made that nigga open doors cause he was fucking with the key. They ain't making no real noises when we see them, they don't speak. I treat niggas like they toys, I play they ass just like the wind. I don't fuck with no little boys cause they can't keep up with the feet. Like, he just wanna see me in them blue Robin jeans. And we don't look at taxes, he gon' pay by any means. And your name could be Martin, but bitches ain't no dreaming. Don't be writing me no letter, give me paper that is green like
Lit on the chest, I ride around the hood, I don't need fucking bed. I'm a Cuban link on with a motherfucking check. I say, when the hoes at, your BD a broke ass. I could do it every day, what you talk about stunting? I could do it every day, we ain't talk about nothing. I say, baby, I ain't tripping, I been focused on the millions. Run them bands through the ceiling, a broke bitch.
The Beat Slinger, Beat Slinger, Beat Slinger.
to this. Real nigga, yo, and used to this. Yeah, oh. Real nigga, yo, and used to this. Real nigga, yo, and used to this. Yeah, oh. Real nigga, yo, and used to this. Real nigga, yo, and used to this. Real nigga, yo, and used to this.
When it hops into the game glove, it sees a virtual reality. So the higher self is experiencing a game. That game is a highly evolved game of souls, and the soul is inside of the avatar.
What if I told you that everything you were taught to worship, fear, obey, and protect was designed by a being who isn't God at all, but pretends to be? What if the system of your life, time, money, jobs, love, aging, law, religion, and even death, was actually a massive multidimensional machine designed to drain your soul? What if the real name of the God behind this machine isn't Jehovah, Yahweh, Allah, or El, but Set, the ancient Egyptian god of confusion, violence, betrayal, and desert death? Everything you need to know is decoded inside the Black Cube Codex. Buy now and reclaim your power. The Black woman is the universal mother. The great grand holy mother is the original matrix of all creation, manifested through the black womb, holder of galactic water, time, and sound. Saturn fears the womb, replaced her with male gods, demonized her as whore, witch, wild, or weak. He doesn't create life. He confines it. His entire system is built to suppress, sterilize, or harvest the divine feminine. This truth, and the path to restoring her, is revealed in the Black Cube Codex. Buy now. Reconnect with the source. The Black Cube Codex is a radical revelation that rips the veil off everyday life to expose the hidden force behind it all. Saturn, the dark architect of the Matrix. From the shape of your dollar bill to the vows in your marriage, from courtrooms to funerals, this book unveils how nearly everything in our reality is a ritual of energy tribute to Saturn's cube. Through powerful symbolism and piercing insight, Chakra Doctor exposes how common aspects of life, jobs, religion, media, the medical system, traffic, food, sports, even zodiac dice and amusement parks, are all part of an elaborate soul-draining grid built to keep humanity looping in cycles of servitude and suffering. But all is not lost. This codex doesn't just expose the trap, it reveals the one energetic key Saturn can't control: your chakras. Inside, you'll learn how to awaken your divine power, break the illusion, and restore your sovereignty. This is not a book. It's a spiritual jailbreak. Read it, decode the lies, activate your energy, reclaim your soul. The link is in the description of this video. Buy yours today. Break the spell. The Black Cube Codex is a
Sorry. What it do, what it does, what it is, what it was. I was on mute. My bad. You feel me? Welcome to another live stream. Man, y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. Y'all make sure that y'all participate. It don't cost nothing to hit the like button. It don't cost nothing to share. It don't cost nothing to subscribe. You feel what I'm saying? But also at the same at the bottom, read the ticker at the bottom, hit the Cash App, right? Go to chakradoctor.xyz and participate in all of the things that going on. You can hit me up also, 943-226-7019, and my team will answer any questions, cares, and concerns you may have. And most importantly, follow me on Instagram, Chakra Doctor _2. Right, Chakra Doctor _2. It's been a minute, it's been a while, but they ain't gonna be going like that. Y'all about to be seeing a lot of live streams. But before I get to the main, because these next live streams, these next series of live streams that and I'm gonna have Dwayne with me on and I'm gonna have Dwayne with me on a lot of them, or not even a lot of them, just whatever ones he can do, because he's been real busy lately. These next few live streams about the rip the veil. It's about to rip the veil off of all the things. We ain't about to be really talking about the industry like that. We ain't really about to be doing all that. We're about to be talking about this supernatural world. We're about to be talking about this world of the veil being ripped. And you know, that's is heaven real, is hell real, are demons real, are angels real, are poltergeists, exorcisms, haunted houses, cleansings, haunted house cleansings, the archons, Saturn, the Orion queens, the Reptiles. You dig? You know, the Moors, the Freemasons, all of the things that serve the grid. All of the things that serve the grid. Make sure you get the Black Cube Codex, because the Black Cube Codex, I'm explaining to you. Oh, we're gonna talk about the trinary code. We're gonna, man, so many things we're gonna be talking about. But first, before we talk about all those things, we gotta talk about the things that are gonna keep you solidified and grounded when you encounter, or if you just so happening to get into all those things, or those things happening to you, or you're experiencing any one of those things I named. And it comes right here, the topic right here. A lot of people wonder how I made it this far. A lot of people wonder how I'm still standing, still telling these truths, still making page after page, and each page that I make going viral after viral. A lot of people wonder. I got 10 commandments in life that I live by that I'm going to share with you guys and explain to you guys why these 10 commandments in life don't just work for me. They'll work for anybody who express and practice these 10 commandments. Period. Period. I'm telling you, listen, bro. Period. If you follow these 10 commandments right here, you are guaranteed success in life. There is no, hold on, man. Hold on, my stand tripping. Hold on, brother. Hold on, brother. Let me make sure I'm getting a great view right now. Excuse me for any technical difficulties. I had to rush to get up on here just to give y'all this, but nonetheless, I got the 10 commandments right here. I'm going to show y'all the 10 commandments on here so that y'all can screenshot them and keep them for yourself. But I'm going to explain them and give you the game on them so that you can start applying them and use them for your life as not cheat codes, but foundational codes. It don't matter if you're a street person. It don't matter if you're an internet person. It don't matter if you're a geek. It don't matter if you edgy. It don't matter if you're an atheist. It don't matter if you're a Muslim. It don't matter if you're a Christian. It don't matter if you believe in the great grand holy mother. It don't matter. No matter your belief system, if you follow these principles, they will begin to extract the fruits of life that we all are looking for. A lot of us just haven't been taught how to put it into an actual workable frame so that we can just refer to it and use it. And once you memorize it, and once you start keeping it to memory, everything else gonna come together like butt cheeks. You just got to keep on twerking. Buckle down the hatches, stay humble, and keep going. No matter what happens in life, keep going. Don't stop. Keep going. Right? I don't even put my number one commandment overall in life is consistency. That's not even in the 10 commandments of life, because consistency goes without saying. You can't even accomplish the 10 commandments of life if you're not doing the 10 commandments of life consistently. So that goes without saying. But make sure y'all get y'all some miracle tea. Make y'all sure y'all get y'all some miracle food, get the algorithms, get you a mentorship, man. If you want to lay up there and have Chakra Doctor mentoring you step for step, walking you through these cheat codes, man, go to the website, get the mentorship. It ain't cheap. I don't want no cheap nigga. I don't want to teach nobody cheap. I'm too busy cooling, minding my business, kicking it in my house with my children. You know what I'm saying? So I don't want nobody cheap. So the mentorship is not no cheap wham bam thank you ma'am program. As a matter of fact, The people who paid for the cheap version didn't even get the full program because they paid for the cheap version. But nonetheless, without further ado, what's going on? Let me holler at everybody real quick before I get started. What up, Chosen? What up, Soda? Most Hated, Prev Smith, Tresky, and most importantly, me. How y'all doing tonight, man? How y'all doing tonight? We got to get into it. So I'm about to give you these so you can screenshot them first. We're gonna do commandments 1 through 5. 10 commandments 1 through 5. Hold up, let me see. Screenshot that. Screenshot that. Save that so that you can have that for your records. Screenshot that. Save that so that you can. After you finish screenshot, put a done in the comments. Let me know you're done. When you finish your screenshot, put a done in the comments so I can know that you're done. How about that? Let's start like that first. Put a done in the comments so I can let you know that you're done. Y'all make sure y'all go get that Black Cube Codex, bro. That Black Cube, 250 pages of straight drop. I put 250 pages of straight drop. It's an ebook. If I would have made it a physical book, y'all would have been paying too much. So I made it an ebook. You feel me? Chosen said they done. I don't know if Chosen is a he or a she. You feel me? You got a blood right there. What you made you some sacrifices. With you with the ill Illuminati. I don't know, but you already know when they say they chosen. You already chosen by who? Chosen by Saturn? Who you chosen by? I'm fucking with you. Let me stop messing with you. Done. So everybody saying they done, man. I'm gonna lay up there and I'm gonna take this off of here. We're gonna get into commandments 1 through 5. 10 commandments of life. Okay? The 10 commandments of life. You feel all right, boom. Chosen say I'm a man. All right, now I know that you a man, you feel me? Because chosen, that could be a chosen female, that could be, I don't know. I don't want, today's world is so sensitive too. So I'm not really trying to offend nobody because I'm trying to get y'all this information without having to step on the eggshells of your belief systems. But sometimes I am gonna step on the eggshells of your belief systems just because your belief system is of the devil. Period. And all of us worship the devil in some kind of way, shape, form, or fashion. How? Because this world belongs to Saturn, and we have to realize that every single thing we do is a secret ode and homage to him. Right? Look at even this here, even this square paper. Look at that square Saturn. You on that phone, square Saturn. You know, don't even talk about when I break down. See, when I break down the binary codes and the trinary codes, because computers run off of binary code, but we are the quantum computer. We run off of something called trinary codes, right? The triple code. This is why the Black Cube is a codex, right? The code X, the code of X, the X code, right? Just like why? Because we are X men, men birthed from the X chromosome, and they call us what? Why? Why? Tell them that is human nature. Y'all gotta break down these alphabets. Y'all gotta break down these spells. Y'all gotta break down this English. You gotta break down these words because these words are actually swords. When you break down these words, they become swords, double-edged swords that you can benefit from both sides on. It don't matter what side of the edge is on. You can benefit because you already know how to wield the sword. You're able to know how to become surgical with that bitch. You trying to become surgical with that joint. You feel me? So the 10 commandments of life. Think of it as this before we get into it. Think of it as this: a 10-song album. The first commandment is the intro to the album. Commandments 2 through 9 is the body of work and the songs of the album. And commandment 10 is the outro of the album. Remember that. So we about to get into the intro of the album. The intro of the album. You ready? Think positive. That's the intro to the album of the 10 Commandments of Life. Think positive. Why you got to think positive? Because the world is full of negative, and negative could never, ever really get you where you truly want to be. Now, if you sell your soul to something negative, it will temporarily get you to the illusion of where you want to be. But when you get there, you realize this is not where I want to be. So that's really not where you want to be. So how can that be positive, right? And thinking positive. So let's read the dissertation of thinking positive, and then we're gonna get to the breakdown. Right? Your mind is the architect of your experience. Means your mind literally is the builder of your experiences. Positive thoughts create positive feelings, actions, and results. Every situation has a silver lining. Train your mind to find it. Think positive doesn't mean ignoring reality. It means choosing to respond with hope, courage, and strength. Now let's break it down real quick. When you think positive, we're going to put it into a mathematical equation that's simply easy to digest. Your thoughts create how you feel. Your feelings create how you act. Your actions create your results in life. If you're not able to, how can I put it? If you're not able to hypnotize your mind into positive thoughts, if you're not able to think positive, you won't even be able to begin to attract the abundance that you truly want. Why? Because in order for you to attract anything, you have to charge your mind magnetically to attract it. So if you, and remember this, if you're trying to attract a woman, if you're trying to attract a good job, if you're trying to attract big money, if you're trying to attract entrepreneurship, your own business, if you're trying to attract children and make and create your own children and have a beautiful vessel to birth your children, whatever the case may be. If you're trying to attract it, you have to think it. The Bible says, as a man thinketh, so is he. As a man thinketh, so is he. So if you're going to actually attract what you want out of life, you're going to have to think it. But you can't just think it, right? The thought has to be a thought that is strong, that you feel strong about. If you're standing in line and somebody comes and steps on your toes, right? And steps on your toes, right? You're gonna feel strongly about that, like, this nigga stepping on my toes. Why is he stepping on my toes? Bro, you ain't gonna say, excuse me, bro, da 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 da, woo de woo de woo. Inside you feel strong about that. Why? Because you thought strongly about it. That thought that you gave it made you feel strongly about it. And then when you feel strongly about it, if he or she say the wrong word, they can get socked out. Pop, and you're gonna act strongly about it. And guess what? If you act strongly about it, then guess what can happen? You sock them out. They might pull that ratchet out. They might call the police. They might try to sock you back. Whatever the case may be, your thought created the feeling, and the feeling created the action, and the action created results. The results is called what? Cause and effect. This is called cause and effect. Okay? When you on your cause and effect stuff, you feel me? Then you have to realize that it came from your thoughts first. It came from your thoughts first, bro. You feel what I'm saying? It came from your thoughts first. Hold on. Let me open this door real quick. All right, boom. It came from your thoughts first. Cause I got some people coming over and stuff, and I don't want them to interrupt the live. You feel me? Boom. So thinking positive is very, very, very key to manifesting your desired results. Now, wait a minute. Here we go. Remember, it's the equation. Thinking creates feeling, creates what? Action creates results. 4. Thinking, feeling, acting, results. You think, you feel, and you act the results. I think, I feel, and I react the results. I think, I feel, and I react the results. I think, I feel, and I react the results. It's an equation, mathematically speaking. Remember, your mind is a computer. And the only way you can program your computer to that is if you keep on telling yourself, I think it, I feel it, I act the results. All right? Every situation has a silver lining. Now, this is where a lot of people mess up with positive thinking. Positive thinking is not to ignore the negativity in your life. Positive thinking is not to say, there is nothing negative going on in my life. Positive thinking is not to say, there is nothing wrong with my life. No, positive thinking is being able to find what's good amongst the bad in your life. So your baby mama taking you to your baby mama trying to put you on child support, your baby daddy putting you through the ringer and being a deadbeat. You got court cases going on. You got bills you got to pay. These are everyday life challenges and obstacles, especially for people who haven't even been trained into positive thinking. But a positive thinker is going to see those negatives and is going to look amongst those negatives and say, well, yeah, my baby daddy is a deadbeat, but at least at least my boyfriend is helping me with the load. My baby mama is taking me to court, but at least I got a job that pays me more than enough to pay that child support bill. Man, I got this court case going on, but at least I got a lawyer that's going to help me get the greatest deal or get me off 100% of the case, right? This is positive thinking, seeing the negative, but having that but. Yeah, that might be going on, but oh yeah, they might be putting me through red tape, but this XYZ is positive going on in my life. Why is that important? Because it activates the attitude of gratitude. The attitude of gratitude is the longitude and latitude of anything that you're trying to achieve in life. The attitude of gratitude is the longitude and latitude of anything that you're trying to achieve in life. You feel what I'm saying? So if you are able to spot the silver lining, if you are able to spot the bright spot in a dark cloud, if you are able to spot the light in the darkness, if you are able to see the positive in every negative of life, then you are on your way to manifesting your greatest positive results. Why? Because a positive thought holds 10 times more energy than a negative thought, meaning it takes 10 negative thoughts to equal out to one positive thought. 10 negative thoughts equals out to one positive thought. Meaning it takes 10 negative people to try to go against that one positive person. And even that one positive person, if he turns the positive all the way up, right? If he turns the positive all the way up, guess what's going to happen? Guess what's going to happen if he turns the positive all the way up? He is going to completely overwhelm those 10 negative thoughts. One person. In the hadith and in the Quran, it says that one believer is greater than 1,000 non-believers. You feel me? You feel me? One believer is greater than 1,000 non-believers. Listen, they can have 1,000 motherfuckers saying that you can't do it. If you the one person that believe and say, I think I can, I think I can, fuck what y'all talking about. F what y'all talking about. Forget what y'all talking about. I ain't hearing what y'all talking about. I ain't seeing what y'all talking about. I ain't speaking what y'all talking about. See no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. That's there you go. I ain't here. Guess what? I believe in me. I believe that if I jump off this cliff, I can fly. I believe that if I lay these eggs all in this one basket, they all gonna hatch for me. I believe that the people that surrounding me is feeding me and supporting me positive work. Why? Because they're more excited about my dream than me. They're more excited about what I got going on than me. You on your way to manifesting that positive work. You on the way to manifesting that positive thought. Now check this out, bro. In order for you to get to this level, you have to train your mind. And training your mind is simply, ready? Here go the five things you can use to train your mind. Hertz frequencies. Stop listening to rap music. Stop listening to negative R&B music. Feel me? Stop. The only 10 commandments is what's written in the scriptures. Read Exodus 20. That is what master. Shut your dumb ass up. Shut your stupid ass up. See, that's all I do is call people like Chris Hamilton. Chris Hamilton, you're a dummy. Chris Hamilton, you're stupid. Chris Hamilton, you are a worshiper of Saturn. Talking about the master. The master, look what he said. Look what he said. Robot program. I'm just showing you the robot program. Man, do not fall for the robot program. He is under the spell of Saturn. You ain't got to worry about that. Keep going. He's just a stupid person. And I'm going to show you. Here's the negative. Remember, here's the negative. Now watch me find a positive. Yeah, bro. Guess what? Only the 10 Commandments was written, right? And Exodus chapter 20. Who wrote the Bible? Chris Hamilton. Who wrote the Bible? We're about to get back into the 5 ways. I remember. I'm on point. I'm on point. Who wrote the Bible? Chris Hamilton. We're about to see if he under the spell or not. You feel me? We're about to see if he under the spell or not. I bet you Chris Hamilton can't tell you who wrote the Bible, though. He can tell you about the Bible, but he can't tell you who wrote it. Why? Because if he tell you who wrote it and he know the truth of who wrote it, that completely nullifies his whole religious aspect. Now, the 5 ways to train your mind. Hertz frequencies. Stop listening to rap music. Stop listening to that negative ass R&B music. Holy men of God through the inspiration of God. Man, you talking about the devil, Yahweh? You talking about the devil you call Yahweh? You talking about the devil you call Saturn? Because that's the God of the Bible, dummy. So now, go get the Black Cube Codex, read you something outside of the Bible so that you can get you something and stop regurgitating the bull crap that think Saturn has you deceived, my brother. But anyway, now wait a minute. Let me look at simply. This is the world of the internet, people. Watch how you can just easily, you ready? Bop. All you do is press a button, now he's gone. See, y'all living in a world where you can just press a button and that person is obsolete in your life. Why do you even entertain the bots? Why do you even entertain the dummies? If they ain't on your frequency and they don't believe what you believe and they ain't on what you got going on, swipe left. Swipe left. And everybody who on what you got going on, swipe right. It's simple as that. I just swiped him left. He gone. He means nothing to the live. Hertz frequencies. Number one, stop listening to the rap music. Stop listening to the negative R&B music. Stop listening to the negative rock and roll music. Stop listening to the negative pop music. Stop listening to back away from it for a while. I'm not saying stop listening to it forever. I'm saying in order to retrain and rewire your brain from the 440 hertz frequency of Saturn, Satan, the devil, Yahweh, Set, Chronos. He goes by many names. He goes by the name of Jesus. He goes by the name of Allah. He goes by the name of Yahweh. He goes by the name of Buddha. He goes by the name of Krishna. He goes by the name of Satan. He goes by the name of Saturn. He goes by the name of Set. Set is his original name. Quiet on the set. Offset is suing Cardi B. What set you claim, fool? Why you think they call you a fool? What up, fool? You a fool for following and banging for the set, dummy. That's how dumb you is. You bang for you bang for the devil. Anyway, so no negative frequencies, right? Positive Hertz frequencies. Number two, positive motivational speeches. Positive motivational speeches. Okay? Positive, inspirational, motivational speeches. This is how you train and rewire your brain, right? Positive affirmations. Listening to positive affirmations, right? Listening to positive affirmations, writing positive affirmations at the same time while you're listening to them. Positive affirmations, right? Number 4, you ready? Drinking and eating healthy. You are literally are what you eat, but you think what you drink. So you need to start put the sodas down, put the Gatorades down, put the Red Bulls down, put the alcohol down, put all of the negative drinks down. Start picking you up some positive herbal teas. Start drinking you some kombuchas. Start drinking you some dag nabbit miracle tea. I got miracle tea available on all decks. You feel me? Start drinking you some sodium bicarbonate. Start getting these positive drinks and cleansers in your body. Start drinking you lemon lime juice. Squeeze you a lemon. Squeeze you a lime in a mason jar of water. Don't sip it. Guzzle it back like a white boy at a frat party. And you will be able, yeah, green machines and stuff. Go, man, start getting you some sujas, start drinking you some water. Start drinking you, man, back up off of all of the negative carbonated drinks. Somebody say lemon water and ginger. Ooh, hey, look at that's the lick. Lemon water and ginger. Get canned water, not plastic water. It don't matter what kind of water. Your body is so much of a machine that it will filter out the negatives if only your mind remains positive. It will filter out the negative if only your mind remains positive. Okay? So remember this. It don't matter if it's faucet water. Faucet water is better than drinking Coca-Cola. Faucet water is better than drinking Sprite. Faucet water is better than drinking Fanta. Faucet water is better than drinking that false sweet tea from McDonald's. Faucet water, I'll drink a gallon of faucet water before I drink some dag nabbit Budweiser. I'll drink a gallon of faucet water before I drink some dag-nabbit wine coolers and all these other different things. Now, don't get it twisted. When we get into the areas of magic, that's different. You feel me? That's different. But when we get into the areas of just healthy thinking, you got to have healthy drinking habits. We are what we eat and we think what we drink. You ready for the kicker? Boom. So drinking, positive drinking. Okay. And number 5, last but not least, exercise and positive eating. They go hand in hand, right? Haven't had alcohol in over a decade, man. Congratulations, bro. Congratulations. Let me put him on the board. You him. Congratulations, bro. I haven't had alcohol in over a decade. Keep it going. That's the thing. Don't stop. Because a lot of y'all start patting start patting each other on the back. Yeah, your equilibrium or big TY, you just had some bourbon, and now your ass feel like you're on Bourbon Street in New Orleans. You see why? Because your equilibrium off. Alcohol is a jinn. Alcohol is a jinn of that, and he's a Saturnian jinn, meaning he's a jinn that works for Saturn. And why you think they always trying to get everybody drunk, but they trying to arrest you for some marijuana? Because alcohol is the poison, marijuana is the cure to the poison. See, we have to understand what's going on. So those are the 5 things in the way you can train your mind. But you can train your mind in other ways. Find the other ways you can train your mind. I'm not going to give you every way. Seeking ye shall find. Knocking the door shall be open. Asking it shall be given unto thee. And I guarantee all of the paths and the things on your path you are going to receive. Why? Because why you think they call it food and spirits? You are putting your best foot forward on the yellow brick road to make it to the Wizard of Oz. And when you make it to the Wizard of Oz, you're going to get to the end and you're going to realize there ain't no wizard at the end of the Wizard of Oz. You was the wizard that got you down the yellow brick road, Dorothy. You was the wizard that got you down the yellow brick road, Cowardly Lion. You was the wizard that got you down the yellow brick road, Tin Man. You was the wizard that got you down the yellow brick road, Straw Man. We got to take our straw man back. Y'all, and if y'all want y'all credit repair, I forgot about I got to talk about all that too. I'm gonna start bringing our team on and start talking about, bro, it's important. You got to repair your credit. After you repair your credit, you know what I'm saying? Open you up an LLC. After you open up an LLC, start doing business, start doing transactions under the LLC. After you do transactions under the LLC, make sure that you go secure you a loan for the LLC, $50,000 or greater, right? After you get the loan for the LLC, start reinvest that loan into the business and flip the money through your LLC and start paying off the loan. When you pay off the loan, get you an even bigger loan for $250,000. If you was able to pay back 50, you were able to get 250. You see, this how nigga got the house. This how nigga got the house. OPM, other people money. That people money should be the bank. I'm giving y'all all this free game. Y'all better hit that Cash App, that PayPal, that Venmo, that Zelle, and send that donation to the Great Grand Holy Mother. Make sure you put TOGM. What is TOGM? Tithes and offerings to the Great Mother. All praises be to the Great Grand Holy Mother of all divinity. All praises be to the Great Grand Holy Mother of all divinity. You feel what I'm saying? So boom, think positive. Now listen, think positive doesn't mean you ignore reality. Remember I told you that? If things are going wrong in your life, find the silver lining in that wrong, because everything that is going wrong in your life is actually a gift in the disguise of a curse. It is actually the blessing in the disguise of a calamity. It is actually a wonderful opportunity in disguise of a failure. But you have to see the silver lining in the cloud. Silver lining in the cloud. That was dyslexia. My God, what are we doing here, right? But if you're able to see the silver lining in the cloud by not ignoring the negative reality and getting into finding the positive silver lining within the negative reality, now you're thinking positive. You ready for the kicker? Ready for the kicker? Here we go. It means nothing. It means you choosing hope, courage, and strength. Now, in order to think positive, you gotta have strength. You gotta have hope and you gotta have courage. Because why? Everybody gonna see you crazy when you thinking positive. Everybody gonna call you weird when you thinking positive. Everybody gonna call you strange when you thinking positive. But in actuality, you are actually activating your mind's reticular activation system, What is the reticular activation system? Reticular activation system is this. You ever rented a car? Let's say you rented a Toyota Camry. Now that you rented a Toyota Camry, everywhere you drive in the street, now you starting to see nothing but Toyota Camrys. Hmm? What is that? That's called your reticular activation system. Your reticular means your eyes. Your mind's eye. Your mind literally starts to look for like things that are compatible to what you've already liked. This is why be careful what you like on the internet. Be careful. Be careful what you like on the internet. Be careful what you like in real life, because your mind will begin to look for more things because it says, "Oh, he likes Toyota Camrys, so let me get him to notice more Toyota Camrys." Right? Let's say you got you a nice chocolate girl, tall, slim, bubble booty with the long dreads. Right? Next thing you know, now you seeing tall, slim, black chicks with natural hair and bubble butts all over. Why? Because your mind says you like tall, slim, black chicks with long hair and bubble butts, and therefore now that's all you seeing. If you like light skinned chicks, if you like Asian chicks, now that's all the algorithm gonna start showing you. Gonna start showing you all the things you like. Just like I was talking to my homeboy about Acra Integras, and that's all I was seeing for about 2 weeks. Why? That's literally called see right here. That is literally called the reticular activation system. Write it down because it's ancient. RAS. What it is? Ras. Ra. Literally, your mind's eye is shaped. If you cut your brain open, the half that in the middle of the hemisphere is and turn it to the side, it will literally the inside of your mind will literally look like the eye of Ra. My eye look like the eye of Ra, don't it? See? So that is literally called the reticular activation system. This is what you want to do with positive thinking. You want to fill your mind with so much positive thinking that you activate the reticular activation system, and now all you see is positive. People might come at you negatively. All you see is positive. People might talk to you negatively. All you do is respond with positivity. People might say you can't do it. All you got is positive ways that you say you can do it, and on and so forth. Activate the reticular activation system. Thank you, Mason, for the donation to the great grand holy mother of all divine. Okay? Donation to the matter of fact, let me give great grand holy mother the prayer. Let me pray to the great grand holy mother for that donation. That's a wonderful donation. Somebody just donated $65 to the great grand holy mother. All praise to be to the great grand holy mother.
Great Grand Holy Mother of all divine, the source of all gods and goddesses. Great Grand Holy Mother of all divine, the primordial from which we all derive. Great Grand Holy Mother of all divine, the nothingness that allows all somethings to exist. Great Grand Holy Mother of all divine, she is all mother, there is none greater than she. Great Grand Holy Mother of all divine, for she is the vastness that allows us all to experience boundaries. Great Grand Holy Mother of all divine, Mother of Ra, the Most High, Great Grand Holy Father. Great Grand Holy Father Ra, he who created himself from she. Great Grand Holy Father Ra, Creator and Father of all things, Father of all beings. She is his source. Amen Ra Ptah Aum.
Aum, Amen Ra, Ptah, Aum, Ra, reticular activation. Let me see what everybody with the comment. Boom. Love that prayer, man. Man, ain't nothing greater than she, bro. Ain't nothing greater than she. Ain't nothing greater than she, my brother. So, any questions on thinking positive before we move to the next commandment? Any questions, cares, and concerns on thinking positive before we move to the next commandment? Let it be known, man. Let it be known, man. You feel me? Let it be known. You know what I haven't played in a minute? I haven't played Daddy Mad in a minute, man. I haven't. You gonna make your daddy mad? Let me know. Let me know if there are any questions, cares, or concerns. If you don't have any questions, cares, or concern, say move on, and I'm moving on to the next commandment. Say move on, and I'm moving on to the next commandment. But I had to get that positive thinking into the grid. You are not going to be able to do any of these other commandments unless you're thinking positively about the other commandments. Once you're thinking positive about the other commandments, you dig, then you're able to move on to the rest of the album. Then you're able to move on to the rest of the album. All right, let's move on. Boom. Number 2 commandment. The number 2 commandment is what? Listen. So let's read this. Let's listen. Listening is an art form. True listening is not waiting for your turn to speak. It's absorbing, understanding, and respecting the speaker's message. When you listen deeply, you gain access to hidden truths, unseen opportunities, and deeper relationships. Let's break it down real quick. Because thinking positive, remember, if you ain't thinking positive, you ain't even trying to listen to nobody and respect their message. If you ain't thinking positive, you ain't even trying to use listening as the art form. If you ain't thinking positive, you're not trying to absorb, understand, or respect nothing that's going on. If you're not thinking positive, you're not listening deeply. If you're not thinking positive, you can't gain access to the hidden truths, unseen opportunities, and a deeper relationship. So a lot of people don't understand. Before I was able to be chakra out there and get people to listen to me, I was Rance Dunbar and I was listening to the people who knew more than me. I was always one of the smartest guys in the room, but I didn't become the smartest guy and the most intelligent guy and the most wisest guy in the room until I activated my listening mechanism, my ability to just shut up and just listen. Relax and take notes while I take notes from the mirror. Quotes, while I take totes of the marijuana smoke. I relaxed and I took notes. Bro, it's a dude at work that talks over everybody, that over talks everybody, and he's the most negative dude. Yeah, I gotta get around. See people like him, I just remove myself. People like him, I remove myself. If there's a person that's negatively over talking you, because they got some people who will over talk you with positivity, because you'll be talking negative and they'll be like, I can do all things through the Christ that strengthens me. Greater is he that lives in me than he that lives in the world. I'm operating on love. I don't operate on that hater stuff, and they'll cut you off because you are speaking negative and they're implementing positive reinforcement because that's what their mind does, right? Got to think positive. You got to think positive, but can't. Well, remember when you're thinking positive, it removes the veil of blindness from you because you are able to see the silver lining in every dark cloud. Thinking positive is not ignoring the negative. Thinking positive is seeing past the negative. Seeing past the negative. And majority of things that you go through in life are petty and negative. The majority of things. We shouldn't be focusing so much time on all the petty things, petty negative things that happen in life. Why? Because small minds discuss people, average minds discuss events, great minds discuss ideas. Your mind is supposed to be positively, greatly discussing all of the great ideas and solutions to all of the petty negativities in life. I'm so solution based that when a person comes at me with I don't let a person talk to me about their problems for long. Why? Because once I hear the problem one time, I'm already coming up with a solution for the problem. I don't need you to keep repeating the problem over and over and over and over and over and over and over to me like a broken record trying to program. See, remember, that's how negative magicians work. We ain't even getting to the magic yet. We just getting into the basic principles of life. But that's how negative magicians work. Negative magicians plant negative spells in your mind by always talking negative to you and letting you be the negative garbage can that they're spewing their negative trash into. Beware of that, right? So understanding, listening, being able to STU, right? STFU. STFU. Being able to STFU, absorb the information, understand the information, comprehend the information, and then what? When you do this, you will gain deep access to hidden truths and you will be able to forge connections because when a person knows that you've heard them out, they will do what then? They will hear you out. But how will you be able to be heard if you're not able to hear? How will you be able to listen if you're not able to listen? How will people listen to you? Sorry, how will people listen to you if you're not able to listen? Now look at the root word of listen. List. There are a list of things that people are telling you with their body language, a list of things that people are telling you with their mind, a list of things that people are telling you with their mouth, that if you take it in and digest it and absorb it, you'll be able to regurgitate either a solution to their problem. You'll be able to either add value to what they're saying that is productive. Because a lot of people are just talking that productive talk, talking that productive talk. You don't need to respond. All you gotta do is add value. Add value to what they're saying by saying, you know what, you're right, and that's true. And also, you can do this. Put them together, and now you got a big old thing. So, but a lot of people, and we ain't singling out, we're not here to single out male or female. A lot of people, male and female, don't listen. Y'all don't listen to the signs of nature. That's first and foremost. What's the number one thing you're supposed to be listening to first? Let me see how many of y'all woke in here. What is the number one factor you are supposed to be listening to first? Let me see who gets it right first. Let me see who gets it right first while I play that Daddy Mad.
Why that black girl talking to them white boys? Why that black girl talking to them white boys? Why that black girl talking to them white boys? You gon' make your daddy mad. 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 Fucking with them white boys cause you think you got it bad.
What is the first thing you're supposed to be listening to? What is the first thing you're supposed to be listening to? Come on, man. I know y'all ain't, I know you got it. I know somebody got it. I know somebody think the answer. There's no such thing as the wrong answer, even though there is a wrong answer. Everybody's answer is most likely right on some type of level, but there's the one ultimate right. The first thing you're supposed to be listening to is what? The first thing you're supposed to be listening to is what? Listen. Remember, listen. The list that is within. What is the first thing you're supposed to be listening to? If the list is within, listen. What's the first thing you're supposed to be listening to? Well, since I don't have an answer, everybody afraid to answer. The first thing you're supposed to be listening to is your what? Your intuition. Your intuition. The still small voice within. The still small voice of God that is within you, because you are God, God is you, having an experience called QU. You is God, God is you, having an experience called Big TY. You are God, God is you, having an experience called Loki, Nappy Image, Prev Smith, right? The first thing you're supposed to be listening to is your intuition. The still small voice that is always guiding you to do the right thing while your negative mind is always trying to convince you to do the wrong thing. See? Who doesn't remember? Oh man, homie, my mind playing tricks on me. Why? Because you haven't trained it into positive thinking. Your mind plays tricks on you when you haven't trained it into positive thinking. Why? Because who does the mind ultimately belong to? Saturn. This is why they try to tell you the universe is all mind. No, the mind of who? The mind of Saturn. See? So the first thing you're supposed to be listening to is your intuition. Your intuition doesn't go on repeat. Your intuition is not loud going, ah, blah, 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 blah. No, your intuition like, mm. Your intuition is never wrong. Your intuition is never wrong. You just don't listen to it. The intuition is never wrong. The intuition is always absolutely right at the highest level. The reason why you may think it's wrong because you're not listening to your intuition. You're listening to your second thought. Remember, follow the first mind, reject the second thought. Follow the first mind, reject the second thought. Your intuition is the still small voice that's telling you, you know you're not supposed to be smoking them cigarettes, but you're still smoking. Your intuition is the one that told you, leave that broad alone. She is vampiring and draining you of all of your energy. Your intuition, not your mind. You got to know the difference between your mind. Your mind is going to be loud. Your mind is going to be calm. Your mind is ghetto. Your mind is so ghetto and it runs on repeat so much that you're like, man, I wish I could just shut it off. I wish I could just shut my mind off. That's how you know it's the ego. The ego belongs to the devil. The devil is Saturn, and we ain't trying to have them Saturnian thoughts in our brain. We're trying to redirect. I mean, yeah, definitely got to figure out the difference. Well, it's easy to figure out the difference. The intuition is always telling you what to do that is best for yourself. The intuition is never going to tell you to do the thing that is not best fitting. And your mind is going to always tell you the thing to do that is completely 100% goes against your codes and principles. Your codes and principles, your codes and principles. Your mind is gonna always go against them. Time for you to eat right, your mind wants you to go to McDonald's. Time for you to drink right, your mind wants you to drink you some bourbon. Time for you to act right, your mind wants you to act a fool. Time for you to read a book, your mind wants to fall asleep. Time for you to listen to some motivational speeches, your mind wants to watch TikToks. Time for you to it's time for you to get along with people, your mind wants to argue. It's time for you to accept and forgive people of their flaws, your mind wants to hold grudges. You know the difference between the mind and the intuition, because the intuition is forgiving. The intuition is saying, hey, forgive but don't forget. Your intuition is saying, hey, whatever don't kill you just made you stronger. Your intuition is saying, hey, you arguing with a fool. Why are you wasting your time? Sensei, I was wondering if you could give me, let me see. Sensei, I was wondering if you could give advice on how to think positively after a death in the family. I can give you perfect advice on how to think positively. Ready? My daughter died October 2022. My mom died on Christmas when I was 16. My mama dead, my daddy dead, my daughter dead. I done went through the two worst death that a person can go through: the death of a parent and the death of a child. How was I able to come from that into where I am right now? You ready? I always told myself, what would they want me to do? Would they want me to give up, crumble, and fold? Or would they want me to keep playing the game and keep going? I always ask myself, if my dead relative was here right now, what would they say to me? I know, would my dad want me to give up and turn to drugs? Would my mom want me to commit suicide? No. Would my daughter want me to give up and let my business crumble and let everything that I work for crumble? No, she would want me to keep going. And with that, I honor what they want from me, and I keep going, because when you keep going, what happens is time start to pass. What happens is, don't worry about it. Feel that emotion, cry it out, go through whatever you gotta go through, feel whatever you gotta feel, but keep going while you're doing it. Keep going. Don't stop. Keep going. There is a pot of gold at the end of the rainbow, but you can't stop. If you stop and get stagnant, all of the negativity gonna bombard you. But if you keep going, you're bulldozing through the negativity. You're bulldozing through the sadness, right? They would not want you to do anything negative on behalf of them dying. You feel me? But if you keep going, eventually a year passes, 2 years pass, 3 years pass, and that same debt ain't hitting you the same how it hit you when it happened. Why? Because you kept going. Now, if you stay stuck and you just you wallow in the guilt and you wallow. Remember the name wallow 367. If you wallow 367 into the stuff, guess what's gonna happen? You didn't keep going and you stayed stuck, and now you're stuck. It's like a sandbox and it's quicksand, and now you're sinking in the quicksand because you are stuck in the sorrow. You are stuck in the negativity. But if you going, keep going, keep churning, keep burning, keep learning, listen, fake it till you make it. Turn the frown into an upside down smile, baby. Even when you dying on the inside, smile, smile for me now, smile for me. You gotta smile, bro. You gotta keep the smile on even though you dying on the inside. You gotta keep the smile on even though you crying on the inside. You gotta keep the smile going even though this shit is killing you. You gotta suffer in silence, nigga. And when you smile and you keep the smile on, before you know it, that smile done turned into a real something to smile about. Things start happening. You start getting signs. Matter of fact, ask your loved one to show you a sign. Show me a sign. Show me that you're here with me. Stuff start happening. Motherfucking motherfucking might phone might do something. This might do that. That might do this. You feel me? You gotta keep the positive energy flowing. You gotta say, and you gotta remember all the good times that you had with that person that makes you smile. Because that's what that does. That try to get us to focus on the negative event that made them die. But we have to make sure that we focus on the moments that made us smile with them. No matter who it is, no matter what it is. And I told you, I've had the two worst death. I had my parents die, and I've had a child die. Ain't no worse feeling of death than that. Depending on the point of view, ain't no worse feeling of death than that. If you ask me which one is the worst, I'm gonna say parent number one. If you lose your parent early, if you don't lose your parent early, then losing the child is number two. Is number one. But if you lose your parent early, losing the parent is number one. If you lose your child, if you lose your parent late, then losing a child is number one. You feel me? Because when your parent dies at an early age, that sticks with you for the rest of your entire life, no matter what. Till this day, every Christmas, I can't do nothing. The thought, even if the thought flashes in my mind, I always got to remember my mama. She died on Christmas. Stuck with me for all these years. You feel me? Your child sticks with you too, but if your child died when they're young, you can make more children. Especially if you got child, especially if you're fertile, or, you can make more children. You can't make no more parents, bro. You only get one parent, they gone, and that's a wrap. You are on your own, especially if you lose them young. You feel me? Boom, we gonna move on. My sibling died, and it was my mom's first child, so I've been worried about her. Don't worry about her. Be the light. Be the light that be out of all the negative things that she's going through, you have to be the light that brightens her day. You have to be the child that reminds her you ain't just got no one child. You got more than one child. I'm right here, and you can't say it. You gotta live it. You gotta be it. You gotta see it. You gotta feel it. You gotta breathe it. You gotta be this little light of mine. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. You gotta let the light shine. You gotta show it. There are greater things than these. Remember, we all go through what we go through so that we could grow to where we grow to. See? You gotta be that. You gotta center those positive. Listen, they got a video out there that I put out there. It says once you lose, once your mama die, can't nothing in the world move you. Once your child die, can't nothing in the world move you. Certain deaths happen, and you get over and not get over it, but you get through it, and you heal that battle scar. Guess what? Everything else is peons. Everything else is puppy child's play, bro. You feel me? Number three, pay attention. Pay attention goes with listening, but wait a minute, let's go. Pay attention. A lot of y'all got attention deficit disorder, ADHD. A lot of y'all can't pay attention for 1 minute, 2 minutes, 3 minutes, 4 minutes, 30 minutes, an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours. Ready? Pay attention. Life is constantly giving you signs and clues and lessons. Okay? Life is constantly giving you signs, clues, and lessons. But are you paying attention? You ready? Paying attention means being fully present, observing your surroundings, and recognizing the pattern. Fully present, observe the surroundings, recognize the pattern. Be fully present. That means you're not thinking about the past. Be fully present. That means you're not thinking about the future. Be fully present. That means you're thinking about right now. Fully present, observing the surroundings, and recognizing the patterns. I'm going to do a live called Trinary Code. It's going to break your mind open to recognizing the patterns, because you don't recognize that the pattern has been and always will be in this realm, Saturn. And there's only a few ways that you can break those patterns and give that energy and redirect that energy and that time back to you. Ready? The more attention you give, the more wisdom you gain. The more attention you give, the more wisdom you gain. Success often comes to those who notice what others overlooked. Ooh, wait. We got to break this down real quick. We got to break this down real quick. Let's go. Life is constantly giving you signs. And that goes back to what? Listening. But life is constantly giving you signs. Signs are to be seen. Signs. There are signs. There are signs that you're supposed to be following, but you're second guessing because you got too much negative stuff going on in your brain. Clues to be analyzed and lessons to be learned and taught, right? But if you got a short attention span, you're not catching it. You're not catching it. Why? Because as soon as you're doing this, you're not just paying attention. In order to pay attention, right? Think about this. You have to spend time. In order to pay attention, you have to spend time. Why you think it's called pay attention? You can't be a short attention span person and think you're going to receive abundance. Abundance takes time. And that time is what? Paid through your attention. What do you give your attention to? Do you give your attention to negative things, or do you give your attention to positive things? Remember, when you're thinking positive, you will pay attention to the positive things. When you're thinking negative, you will pay attention to the negative things. This is why I keep telling you, stop listening to that negative rap music, stop listening to that negative R&B music, listen to some Hertz frequencies, listen to some affirmations, listen to some motivational speeches, listen to podcasts where people are talking that money talk, people are talking that abundant talk, people are talking that talk, because they got it and they paid attention to get there. Ready for the kicker though? The more attention you give, because remember, that's payment. Why is attention payment? Can anybody pay? Reason why attention is payment, because the eyes are the window to the soul. So when you are paying attention, you're literally paying with your soul's currency. Your soul currency is paying attention, no matter what you're paying attention to, right? Here we go. And when you pay attention, the more wisdom you gain. Solomon didn't ask, when God came to Solomon and Saturn, right? When Saturn was good with a KCI, when Saturn came to Solomon and asked him, "What do you want from me?" He could have said all the gold in the land, all the hoes in the land, all the riches in the land, all the fofos in the land, still tipping. He said, "I just want you to make me the wisest." And that's what he ended up with. When he made him the wisest, he ended up with 700 wives. When he made him the wisest, he ended up having power over the demons. When he made him the wisest, he made him the richest. It made him the richest person in the land. Why? Because wisdom equates to wealth. You can't be wealthy and unwise. And remember, wealthy is not how much money you got. Wealthy is not how many cars and hoes and clothes you got. Wealthy is this is the definition of wealthy. Wealthy is waking up every day with your health intact and your energy abundant, ready to tackle the day with no ailments, with no illness, no ailments, no none of that stuff. That's wealthy. If all of your bills are covered, if all of the things you got going in life is covered, and you're not worrying about life, and you're trying to accomplish a goal and dream, you're already wealthy. When you're trying to get the money and the materials, you're trying to get rich. You're trying to get rich. You're trying to get, come, hold on. Y'all, hold on 1 second. Hold on 1 second. Hold on for me 1 second. Let me play y'all some cold-blooded music real quick. Hold on 1 second, bro.
The beat
Hold on
slinger.
1 second.
Beat slinger. Beat slinger.
I don't know what's going on. To the hotel room. All right, y'all. All right, y'all. Back like I left something. Hold on. Let me make sure. So your next commandment, where we at? The next commandment is paying attention. Hold on, let me change scenery right quick, bro. So you can open the door. I can't unless she give me the go ahead, brother. That's what I was trying to tell you. Hold on. My bad, y'all. Told you I got a lot going on right now. Boom. So you're gonna paying attention. Bam. So wisdom is literally your cosmic currency to success. If you ain't wise enough to handle all the information you gathering, if you ain't wise enough to wield the knowledge that you're gathering, if you ain't wise enough to apply the knowledge that you're gathering, if you ain't wise enough to get everything into a certain level of focus, then you just wasted all of your time. It's wasted time, it's wasted money. We don't need to be wasting no time. You feel what I'm saying? You ready? Success comes to those who notice what others overlook. Sometimes, how often you've passed up opportunities that you wonder why, how that person got that opportunity, how that person was able to do this, how that person was able to do that. They was able to do it because they paid attention to the details that you overlooked. So stop looking for the quick fix and look for the guaranteed win. A lot of people and a lot of y'all are looking for the quick win when y'all supposed to be looking for the guaranteed win. The guaranteed win is your way and your key to success. The guaranteed win. Number four, stay focused. Number four is stay focused. In a world full of distractions, focus is a superpower. I told you, a lot of y'all suffer from ADD. A lot of you suffer from ADHD. If you don't have the ability to stay focused, you will not make it in this game. You will always be spinning your wheels, wondering why you haven't made it to that next tax bracket, wondering why you haven't made it to that next level of relationship, wondering why you haven't made it to that next level of abundance, right? Wonder why, even next level of abundance, why haven't you made it to abundance, period? Why? Because you don't have the ability to stay focused. The ability to stay focused, simply put, is I call it being able to sit there and focus your mind on one thing for an hour or more. Why you think they make television shows for 1 hour? Why do you think they make movies for an hour and a half, 2 hours? Because they want you to stay focused on that so it can program you. You're not programming your mind unless you can focus on something for a long period of time. And in today's world, an hour or two is a long period of time, right? Wait a minute. Check this out. Concentrate your energy on your goals and intentions. Concentrating your energy. That is literally the definition of focus. Being able to take your energy and concentrate. It goes hand in hand with pay attention and listen, right? But staying focused is more of a meditative focus or a meditative direction, right? Taking your energy and directing it towards something, taking your energy and directing it towards this, taking your energy and directing it towards that, right? And if you're able to do that, then you're able to what? You're able to manifest at a higher level. As a matter of fact, if you want to be technical in magic, staying focused, paying attention, listening, thinking positive, all of these things are actually magical principles, not just life principles, right? But if you are able to take your energy and concentrate your energy, and that concentrated energy, and you concentrate that energy for a long period of time on a goal or an intention, right? It is your chances of bringing that to fruition, your chances of bringing it into real life, your chances of bringing that to a physical reality increased exponentially. When up here, you up here with it. You up here with it. You feel me? If you're able to do that, the more attention you give, sorry. Focus allows you, when your mind is scattered, so are your results. Told you, a scattered brain, a scattered mind is never successful. Show me the people with the scattered brains, and I'll show you how they haven't been able to supersede or pass the ceiling that they're trying to pass. Because a lot of us got everybody got focused to a certain degree, especially and make sure you're focusing on something that you want badly, because that will increase your motivation to stay focused on it. If it's something that you really don't want, you're really not gonna focus on it. You're gonna half-ass do it. This is why I keep telling you, you really don't want to do it. Why? Because you keep doing it half-ass. If you really wanted it, you would not do it half-ass. You would become fully focused like a sniper. You see, a sniper sits in camouflage and he waits. And he what? He pays attention, he listens, and most importantly, he stays focused. He stays still. They show him how to practice his breathing so he can stay still. He stays still. He stays focused. Sometimes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days, he's staying still. He's staying focused. And when the opportunity arises, target hit. Mission accomplished. Most people, if there's 100 people, only 1 out of 100 people can really do that. 1 or 2 out of 100 people can do it. 98 to 99% of the people cannot do it. This is why 98 to 99% of the people aren't snipers. But those of us who are snipers, those of us who can sit there and focus, sit there and pay attention, sit there and listen, sit there and think positive, we will hit the target. Pew, 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 hit the target. Because this is a spiritual war. And in spiritual warfare, you must stay focused. You cannot have a short attention span. You cannot have an attention span that is easily distracted. You have to have the ability to stay focused. Why? Because your focus is the car that drives your intention to the destination. Focus is the airplane that flies your goal to the plane landing. You ever hear people saying, let me land my plane. Why? What does that mean? They're trying to stay focused on their idea and what they were trying to express. But a lot of people cut you off, interject, and try to make you forget what you were expressing. That's a magical tactic of confusion. They interject and they make you forget, try to make you forget what your initial thought was by interrupting, and you lose focus and you don't land your plane. That's why people say, let me land. Why? Because they're trying to get their full thought out and stay focused. So in order for you to really manifest at a high level, you stay focused. Why? Because focusing allows you to gain momentum. When you remember momentum, mom, the root word of momentum is mom, that mother, right? When you are gaining momentum, that means you're picking up speed. When you're picking up speed, that means you are going to arrive to your destination of your goal and intention faster. Why? The only way you're going to be able to do that, though, is through focus. You got to have the tunnel vision. Go look at Biker Boys, the TV show. I mean, not a TV show, the movie Biker Boys. And the Biker Boy, he had this gift where he could ride the motorcycle and he gains tunnel vision. And that tunnel vision blocks out everything in his peripheral view, everything in his side views. And he only has his mind, his eyes focused on the finish line. And he's able to access parts of himself that have no fear. He's able to access parts of himself that is not distracted because he gets the tunnel vision and he focuses, and his momentum brings him to mastery of the intention, mastery of the goal, mastery of the lesson, and brings your dream into a tangible form. That tangible form in today's world is called manifestation. 5, be patient. Be patient. Let's go. Patience is the ability to trust the process. A lot of y'all don't even trust the process. A lot of y'all don't even trust the process of what's going on. The process of what's going on, a lot of y'all don't even trust the process. You have to make sure that you remain patient while you are going through the process of thinking positive. Be patient while you're thinking positive. Listening, you got to be patient so you can hear the right thing and listen for the right cue. Paying attention, you got to be patient while you're paying attention so that you don't get bored easily or distracted easily. Staying focused, you got to be patient while you're staying focused, because it takes time to gain momentum. It takes time to achieve mastery. It takes time to bring your dreams to a tangible form. And while that time is expounding, while that time is being spent, you have to be patient. You have to be patient. You feel me? If patience is the hardest for you, then thinking all the other shit is going, all the other things are going to unravel, because patience is the ability to wait. But while you're waiting, it is the ability to wait and think positive and have a positive thought, knowing that everything is in divine timing. Everything is happening in the realms of divine timing. If you don't have the patience to let the universe, to let God, to let whatever you like to call the equation of the supernatural take place and manifest in your life, you are not going to be able to manifest successfully in your life, because manifestation takes time. But guess what? The greater you get with manifestation, the greater you'll be able to manifest in quicker times, and the less patience you will need or have to have. But in order to gain the true levels of life, you got to stay patient, bro. How you gonna get it if you ain't patient? You got to be patient. In the hospital, doctors, right? They take on what? Patience. Patience means what? A different personality. And different personality means what? A different element. A different element means what? You taking the time out to treat the patient. And in order to treat the patient, you gotta have patience. You see? Everything meaningful in life unfolds at its own perfect timing. I'll repeat it again. Everything meaningful in life unfolds at its own perfect timing. Okay? If you understand that impatience creates stress, if you understand, do you like Dr. Umar? Hold on, I'm about to put this up. Thanks for the super chat. Thanks for the super chat. Let me make sure I put that up. Let me answer that question. Do you like Dr. Umar? If not, why? I do like Dr. Umar and I don't like Dr. Umar. Dr. Umar is a double-edged sword. I love Dr. Umar because when I first started waking up, Dr. Umar was one of the black minds that I was picking his brain through through his videos and through all of his seminars and things of that nature. I was picking his brain. I even donated to his cause of the FDMG Academy, right? This is 11 years ago. This is 11 years ago when him and what's the other dude name? I'm about to tell you right now. When him, Sinetta, and all him, Polite, and all of the black conscious leaders were going in, going. As you can see, they all fell by the wayside. Why? Because they haven't been able to stand true to their word. It doesn't take 15 years to open a school. It doesn't take over a decade to open a school, bro. Dr. Umar, so I like him on one end because he is a great orator. He is a person that is able to paint a great picture. But he is a fixed sign. Remember, Dr. Umar is a Leo. He's a fixed sign, and fixed signs have a tendency to be lazy. Fixed signs have a tendency to not complete the full thing that they start. Fixed signs have a tendency to take shortcuts that leads into longer executions of the plan and goal. And because he has, like I told you before, I'm not here to label, judge, criticize, or condemn Dr. Umar. I'm just answering your question. And the question was, do I like Dr. Umar? On one hand, I like Dr. Umar. He brings good knowledge. He is a great resource of history. He is a great resource of knowledge and information. He is also a great orator, but he is a horrible leader. He is not a great leader. He is not a great leader. Hands down. He is a great orator. He can speak good, but he will not lead you to the promised land. He can talk you, because you can't, in order to be a great leader, you can't talk a nigga to the promised land. And realistically, everything that's thrown at you is to get you to all of these things if you really pay attention to it. Right. Different aspects, for sure, for sure. So on one hand, Dr. Umar he's great. He's great at speaking. He is great at philosophy. He is great at breaking down the psychology of certain things, but a lot of his psychologies are biased because he passes a lot of judgment, criticism, labels, and condemnations with his intellects, right? He doesn't let bygone be bygones, and because of that, he is not a great leader, because a great leader is able to create a win-win situation for himself and a win-win situation for the people that are following him. He is not just going to be the one that's winning and the people that's following him are losing. Right now, the people that follow Umar are losing. Where are they losing at the most? They're losing in their pockets. They're not being able, he doesn't have any structures that a black man or a black woman can take and physically buy, apply it to their life, and come back with a testimony and say, after reading Dr. Umar's book, these principles that he applied, that he told me to apply, work for my life. After buying Dr. Umar's physical product, it healed my body, or it did this, or it told me how, it taught me how to do this. But he's a great speaker. He's a great speaker. So he said, what do you think will be the great leader? Who do you think will be the great? I'm the next up. I'm the next up. They all failed. Pharaoh failed. You ready? Pharaoh failed. Polite failed. Umar failed. Umar is hanging on by a thread. Umar is hanging on by a thread. And how he's hanging on by a thread? He's hanging on by a thread because he's a great speaker. He can speak well, and he can reconvince you. He can man, if you let Umar talk for long, he'll reconvince you of the kind that he already played you on. You feel me? So on one level, you know, you can get great things from speakers, especially the game. You can get the game from a speaker. You can get the knowledge from a speaker. You can get the information from a speaker, but you can't make it to the end of the rainbow, to the pot of gold with a speaker. You can't make it to the land of milk and honey and pearly gates, heaven on earth, with a speaker. Why? Because in order to be a real, true leader, you have to have substance that the followers can buy into and use for themselves and become their own leaders. Remember, a great leader, you ready? A great leader don't just have followers. A great leader is able to turn his followers into leaders. This is why I'm a great leader. Because when you buy into my programs, when you buy my books, when you buy my Miracle Food and Miracle Tea, when you buy the mentorship program, when you buy all of the things that I have to offer, it will turn you into your own boss. It will turn you into your own leader. It will turn you into your own business owner. It will turn you into your own individual sphere of leadership. And this is the way that you evolve. And because remember, a true leader creates a win-win. The ultimate win is turning your followers into leaders eventually. Eventually turning your followers into leaders. But a lot of y'all want to be leaders, but you're not good followers. Why? Because you don't pay attention. You don't think positive. You don't listen. You don't stay focused, and you're not patient. This is why I'm giving you these 10 commandments of life. All right? So boom. When you're impatient, but speaking to answer your question, who do you think will be the next great leader for the blacks? Me. I am. Trust me. Everything I'm doing about to go viral. Mark this date. Mark this time. Mark this live. Farm clip this. Remember this, because when I do go viral and everything do blow up and everything go boom, you're going to come back to this video, you're going to come back to this moment, and you're going to say, he sure did say that. Remember, I'm the one that told y'all, Satan's world burns in 2025. What has the world been doing? Burning. I'm the one that told y'all, I told y'all in 2022, 2023, Diddy is going to fall. What's happening to Diddy? Even if he gets off and the Illuminati gives him a part that lets him out, or Donald Trump lets him out of jail, guess what? All of the damage that has done to his name, all of the damage that has done to his reputation, he will no longer be able to be Diddy anymore. He will be regular old Sean Combs. Not Sean John, Sean Combs. I told y'all that in 2022. I told y'all that in 2023. I told y'all Trump was going to win. 2022 and 2023, I told y'all Trump was going to win. I told you that the truth was going to be revealed, and Hollywood was going to fall, and the new Hollywood was going to be us, the people, on YouTube, us, the people, on TikTok, us, the people, on IG, Instagram, us, the people. And all of the celebrities were going to have to come and follow our ways. Now, guess what they're doing? They're getting their own podcast, huh? Why? They try to follow us, the people. They're getting their own Instagram. They being more interactive with the people. Why? Because Hollywood has lost his luster. Hollywood has lost his lust. I don't watch any of them and never really have. Well, you know, me personally, I always watch the money because in this world of Saturn, you really can't do nothing big unless you are doing it on a level of not just mentally, spiritually, and emotionally, but physically through and monetarily. Okay, so yes, I am the next black leader for the black people, and I'm gonna wake y'all all the way up. I'm not gonna care about what y'all think. My skin is tough, and I haven't given up. Look at how many channels didn't shut down. And I'm still giving the black truth. How many times they didn't say it? That how many times they say I can't do this? And I'm still giving the black truth. Why? Because at the end of the day, you have to have the skin of a rhino. You have to have the skin of a rhino in order to be a black leader. A lot of black leaders want to be black leaders, but y'all don't got the skin of a rhino. Soon as black people start negatively criticizing you, you get offended. Nah, man, that's just who he is. You gonna have to you gonna have to be greater than great to lead black people. Why? Because black people are very, 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 very smart. Black people are very, 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 very willing and capable, but you gotta have the energy to mobilize them to act. And a lot of people don't have the energy to mobilize black people to act because they don't have the institutions, they don't have the products, they don't have the services, they don't have the actual mentorships and the guidance to teach black people. You feel what I'm saying? And a lot of people don't have the tough skin to deal with black people's negative attitude and break them out of the lack mind state. A lot of people don't have enough skin, tough skin to deal with black people's negativity and their negative habits and tell them you're not supposed to be drinking Coca-Cola. You're not supposed to be drinking Kool-Aid. You're not supposed to be eating McDonald's. You not, not you, we're not. I am a part of the we. You see what I'm saying? A lot of people don't have the testicular fortitude to tell black people that you are worshiping the devil in disguise. You a Christian, you worship Saturn. That's Saturn worship. You a Muslim, that's Saturn worship. You a Judaist, that's Saturn worship. You a Krishna, Buddha, Allah, whatever, that's Saturn worship. And just say it with a straight face. And a lot of people don't have the articulation to articulate complex strategies, complex thoughts, complex subjects, complex situations, and break it down to simplify it for them because a lot of our people are very, very smart. We're just not educated by the Caucasian school institutions. We educated ourselves. So a lot of words we might know, but really, really don't know. A lot of phrases we might see, but really don't understand the context of the phrases. A lot of concepts we might understand, but we might not be able to verbally articulate them back how we understand them. And you need somebody with a tough skin that is going to be like, come on, man, get up off your ass if you plan to be rich. Come on, man, get up off your ass if you plan to lose weight. Come on, man, get up off your ass if you plan to be the best husband, you plan to be the best wife, you plan to be the best business owner. They don't have the testicular fortitude. They don't have the tough skin of a rhino to do it. You have to have the tough skin. You have to have the tough skin to be able to be crucified by your people and still rise from the grave after 3 days. I'll say it again. In order to be a black leader, you have to have the testicular fortitude. You have to have the tough skin to get crucified by your people and be able to rise and say, I told you so after the third day. A lot of Pharaoh got crucified. See? Umar got crucified. He still got his followers, but that's it. Everybody else ain't following. Why? Because you still ain't do nothing with that school. We still ain't see the inside of that school. We still ain't see nothing that's going on with that school. You know what we see? We see you doing interviews on the Breakfast Club. We see you doing interviews on podcasts. We see you doing interviews at colleges. We see you speaking. But you doing so much speaking, it's impossible for you to be doing all of the acting. You're kicking in with the celebrities. So in my opinion, if you want to be technical, in my opinion, Dr. Umar is a distraction to the black community. Dr. Umar is a distraction to the black community. Yes, he has some good information. Yes, he speaks some truths. But through that good information and through that truth, he misleads us and he rapes our pockets by getting us to constantly donate to a school that he hasn't and will never build. Now, if he builds this school successfully and our black boys and girls are able to go to this school successfully, I myself will be the first to apologize. I myself will be the first to apologize to Dr. Umar and say, I was wrong. It just took him a long time. You feel me? I know there's a lot of these spiritual influences will end up going crazy. The reason why, this is what I feel. I feel like it's a conspiracy. I feel like it's a conspiracy to paint black men in a negative light of leadership. The reason why these black spiritual influences end up going crazy or end up playing crazy is because they let the wrong people around them, and when those wrong people around them, their lack of remember, so they lack discipline. They don't have the ability to think positive, listen, pay attention, stay focused, and be patient, and get the right people around them. And they start letting the wrong people around them and the wrong people around them start roofing their drink like they did Pharaoh. Start getting them caught up in the sex scandals, getting them you know, the FBI is a real organization that sends undercover agents to ruin what you got going on to the masses. If you are not a magical practitioner, meaning if you don't rely on and the reason why they go crazy, because they don't acknowledge and rely on the great grand holy mother. We just hit different. When I come into the building, it's all praise to be to the great grand holy mother. It's all praise to be to the great grand holy mother. I don't talk that Saturn talk. The only talk I talk about Saturn is exposing Saturn. See, it hit different. So I didn't have to suck no eggplants or cucumbers to get here. I didn't have to be a rainbow booty boy to get here. Okay? I didn't have to do any sexually compromising things to get here. I didn't have to throw my people under the bus to get here. So my leadership is going to be a solid foundation, even though I'm going to get criticized, even though I'm going to get labeled, even though I'm going to get judged, even though I'm going to get condemned, and most of it is going to be lies. 98% of it is going to be lies mixed with a 2% truth. Guess what? My skin is full tough. I'm from the trenches of New Orleans. And everybody in New Orleans said I couldn't do it before y'all said I couldn't do it. Everybody in New Orleans said I couldn't be chakra doctor before, and I became chakra doctor. Everybody in New Orleans said I couldn't activate nobody's chakras. I'm not supposed to be activating nobody's chakras. And now I am the chakra doctor. So before I ever, and New Orleans are the harshest critics. New Orleanians are the harshest critics. Oh man, the negative thinking in there is so harsh. My God. So understanding, you know, when you're talking about black leadership, they have the only qualities that Pharaoh has, the only quality that Brother Polite has, Pharaoh, Sarnetta and all these dudes, Hassan Campbell and all these dudes, they're great speakers. They're great speakers, but they are not great achievers. See, let's get into what Josh Chakra. I'm the only black person you know that got his own yoga system. Well, you can activate all your chakras and heal your body and self-heal. I'm the only black leader you know that's talking about magic and sorcery at the highest level. I'm the only black leader you know that's bringing to you the source of all gods and goddesses, the great grand holy mother of all divinity. I am the only black leader you know that's got the magical algorithms to battle the beast. I am the only black leader you know that got the miracle food and the miracle tea that reverses all of the chronic ailments of today's time. They call me Dr. Saving number 2. I'm the only black leader you know that has not only a speaking gift and a gift to gab, but also everything that I'm speaking can be backed by physical products and services that enrich and help and uplift the human life. Black, white, Hispanic, or Asian. Black first, white second, Hispanic third, Asian fourth. Yeah, period. So when it do go viral, y'all gonna be saying he sure did say that, and y'all gonna be the first one to say, yeah, I was there when he was talking that stuff. I've been following him. He been saying he was gonna do this, and it's done. You feel me? So remember, in order for me to get here, I did number 5. I had patience, and I have patience because impatience stresses and blocks your blessings. Patience cultivates peace. All men want peace. All we men want is peace. If you are patient, you will automatically open the doors of peace in your life because you are patient enough to let the timeline unfold, right? Maturity. When you remember mature, matriarch, right? When you are mature, you are accessing your sacred feminine energy. All men and all women are composed of sacred feminine and sacred divine masculine energy. A lot of us are too hell bent on being so masculine that we don't tap into our feminine energy. What is our feminine energy? Our feminine energy is the ability to attract. Our feminine energy is the ability to nurture. Our feminine energy is the ability to be soft, but yet still be masculine and a man, and not on no homosexual stuff. Okay, you don't have to be all. In order for you to be, I ain't gotta wear pink to be feminine. I ain't gotta, look. I was earlier before I did the live. I had my daughter. I picked her up, and she held her head on my shoulder, and I was just coddling my baby. That's feminine energy. That's feminine energy. That same daughter, I said, she's learning how to walk, and when she fall down, I don't pick her up. No, get up. I pick her up and make her stand up again, because she'll fall out and be like, the world is in it. Nah, stand up again. That's masculine energy. You already were going, man. Yeah, they tried to stop me. You already were going viral with them Instagram reels. The fact that you able to reach 1 million people is really man. Go right. I'm the only person on Instagram with millions and millions and millions of views on Instagram, hundreds of thousands of followers on Instagram, but shadow banned at the same time. Think about that. Hundreds of some thousand followers, millions and millions and millions of views, and they still trying to shadow ban me. But that don't stop nothing. Why? Because at the end of the day, the algorithm will be the decider of who goes viral and who doesn't go viral, right? So maturity, gaining that maturity and the ability to endure until the manifestation arrives. That's the most important part of patience. You said you want to be a millionaire, but you don't have the 10 years of patience of what it takes to become a millionaire. You say you want to own your own business and be on a level of Walmart, but you don't have the 15, 20 years of patience that it takes to do that. You said you want a Bentley truck. You said you want a Lambo truck. You said you want the highest level and the highest credit with the highest everything, but you don't have the patience to go a decade. You don't have the patience to go 2 decades. In this world, manifestation takes time because there are a lot of things and obstacles and challenges that try to block your manifestation, and you have to be the spiritual Bruce Lee warrior to what the up and nullify those obstacles and blocks. Okay. If y'all want me to keep going, I'll keep going. But we can stop right here, and I can do I can do 6 through 10 on another live tomorrow. I can do 6 through 10 on a live tomorrow, or we can stop it right here. I know it's late night. It's Saturday. I know everybody up. I don't know. You can stop it right here, and tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon, I'll tackle the other part, the other 5, or we can keep going. Put it in the chat if you want me to keep going. Put me in the chat if we want to continue to tomorrow, and we'll take a vote and see which one it is, man. But I love these new beats. I got all these new beats for my lives and stuff, so I'll be playing them and stuff, bro. Number 11. Let me see what number 11 is. We have 1 and 1. One say keep going, one say tomorrow. far a lot of people saying keep going, so I'm gonna keep going while the spirit is on me. Let me keep going. Yeah, I ain't gonna be that much longer anyway. Let me keep going. So, any questions about being patient? Any questions about the process of patience? So remember, once again, 5, be patient. Trust the process. Everything meaningful takes time to unfold, and you have to have patience to let that manifest. Y'all make sure y'all hit the like button, y'all hit the share button, y'all hit the subscribe button. All these people watching, and all these people watching, and only three or four responses. You know, that let me know people be agents. People just be trying to gather your sauce, bro. People just be trying to watch the swag, trying to gather the sauce, and y'all more than welcome to do that. Y'all more than welcome to do that. But so keep going. We're gonna keep it going, man. We're gonna keep it going, man. All these people watching, only a few people talk about keep going. We're gonna keep it going. 6, believe in right? Believe. So when you talking about number 6, life commandment number 6, believe. Believe, okay? Believe is the foundation of anything you want to get achieved, believe it or not. Let's read it real quick. Belief is the ignition of all achievement. What you believe about yourself, your potential, and your destiny will propel you forward or hold you back. If you don't believe in yourself, it will hold you back. If you do believe in yourself, it will propel you forward. Okay? Nourish empowering beliefs that align with your highest self. If you don't see your highest self doing what you supposed to be doing, then why are you chasing? No, I just be quiet. I love you, Chakra Doctor. I love you too, Nina Lord. You just be quiet. You better participate in this stuff. Quietness ain't gonna get you no bag. You gotta tell the universe, and you gotta show the universe that, hey, I'm speaking out, universe. I'm speaking out. Let's get it. You could have made that vote. Y'all could have made that vote. All these people in here, y'all could have voted, bro. Y'all could have participated in the live. Y'all putting comments in the live. Y'all sharing. Y'all liking. Y'all subscribing. All that, put that on the algorithm. Y'all already know a nigga be shadow banned anyway. Y'all already know a brother be shadow banned anyway. Y'all sitting in the cut just being quiet. Okay. Watch how the universe be quiet on your ass. You be wanting this and that and third from the great grand holy mother, and watch how she gonna be like quiet. Why? Because when it's time to really speak up, y'all clam up. You feel me? You gotta have that main character energy, Loki. You gotta have that main character energy. Even though Loki ain't the main character in Thor, he acts as if he's the main character. He feels like Thor shouldn't be the main character. I should. See? Easy. Right? So let's keep it going, right? So once again, belief is the ignition of achievement. You can't begin to achieve at a high level until you believe in what you're trying to achieve. Matter of fact, belief is the 12th house of the zodiac called Pisces. Pisces, remember, is the what? The fish. But what is the key to opening the house of Pisces? Who's really the main character? Who's really the main character? That's for you to decide. The reason why Loki is not the main character in the Thor movies and the Thor sagas is because he was coming from a negative place, playing tricks. He's a trickster. Loki is a trickster god. So if Loki is playing tricks, you can't never achieve true freedom, true abundance, true ascension, true mastery with tricks. Tricks are for kids. We are adults. And an adult, look at the word, an adult, add. In order to be a real adult, you gotta be an add-on. You gotta be able to add on value. You gotta be able to add value to situations. You gotta be able to add knowledge to situations. You gotta be able to add information to situations. You gotta be an addition, not a subtraction. You feel me? That ain't no cool thing to say I'm late on that drink. Nigga, that drink is poison. Remember that. Remember that. I'm the first person to say it's poison. But to each their own. But don't brag on it like it's a badge of honor because you're drinking something that a Caucasian made for you to drink and keep you off balance. You feel me? And that's why I had it wrong at. You know what I mean? I'm on that drink too. Look. Miracle tea. I'm on that drink. I'm on that drink. Well, remember, I always tell people this. I always tell people one thing. When you are talking about Loki or any one of these characters in the movies, you are talking about different masks of Saturn. Okay? Loki is just one of the names that Saturn goes by. Thor is, think about it. Thor and Loki, they live in Asgard. They guard asses. Asgardians. What you got to do to sell your soul to the devil? You got to give up that ass. See? You can't be an Asgardian. You can't be an Asgard talking about you rule, what you rule the multiverse of booty hoes? You rule the most powerful person that's ruling the multiverse of booty hoes? Think about it. They live in the nine realms, the nine realms, and one of the nine realms is Asgard. When you do, that's why I quit watching football, because of the innuendo of homosexuality that is hitting within football. That a whole bunch of men bending over, showing their butts, while the quarterback goes to the center and put his hand right next to the butthole of the center. The center hikes the ball. The ball looks like a sphere of poop. The ball looks like poop. He says, hut, right? He says, hut. That's what you be doing when you be straight and getting that poop out. Right? Right? He takes the poop ball. It's a ball of poop. He takes the poop ball and throws it to the wide receiver and hands it to the running back. Why I gotta be a running back? Why I gotta be a running back? Because there's always gonna be some rainbow coalition stuff when you dealing with these games. When you dealing with these games, when you playing, and it's all Saturn version. Remember, Saturn is the ass god, aka Asgard. Okay? And then when you talk about Loki and Thor and Odin are all different aspects of Saturn worship. It's just Saturn playing multiple characters in his own movies that you guys marvel at. Okay? That you guys marvel at it. Remember, God, the real God, don't play no tricks. Great Mother plays tricks. She is the Ma tricks. Great Mother plays tricks. Females play tricks, but that comes with chaos. Tricks comes with the chaos. We are the divine light, and we bring order to the chaos, order from the chaos. You feel me? So when you're talking about Loki and you're talking about all of these characters, think about it. You are talking about different aspects of the donkey booty god. This is why one of the animal representations of Saturn, of Set, is the donkey. You feel me? You feel me? So understanding this will get you to understand that ain't nothing in the Marvel universe. Everything in the Marvel universe is just a different aspect of Saturn. Think about it. Superman, S on his chest, Saturn. Magneto, helmet on his head so he could block who? The Professor, Saturn. Think about this. Professor X sitting in a wheelchair, he crippled. Saturn is the god of chronic ailments and disabilities. Saturn, bro. Wolverine, primitive, wolf. Wolverine, primitive wolf, skin are made of claws of adamantium. Saturn. Why? It said adamantium and adamantine is located on the moons of Saturn. Okay? The tight end. Talking about that booty hole. The tight end. Listen, look at this too. You got your think about it. Your guard, your ass guardians. You got your left guard. You got your right guard. You got your left tackle, you got your right tackle. I noticed the most powerful primordial gods in those verses be a women in the Spawn comic books, God and the devil, and the most powerful in the verses is women. So yeah, because the great grand holy understand understand the oxy gene, OXY, right? Understand the OXY. The OXY is the great grand holy mother is the O. This is why most black people and most people in the world their blood type is either O positive or O negative, O negative or O positive, right? The X chromosome, that is the embodiment of the O. That is great mother taking physical form in what you like to call woman, right? The womb of man. And the Y chromosome is great mother mutating herself into light, right? A reflection, right? Why do you think oxtails are so important? The O, great mother, X, the woman, right? Then you got the Y chromosome. If you take a piece of the X and erase it, the bottom part of the X and erase it, it turns into a Y, and now you got oxy. Wait a minute. Oxy what? Oxygen, oxygenes. So the real Holy Trinity is great mother, the great mother, her daughter, and her son, right? And the man is the mirror. The man is the masculine energy is the mirror, the light, the divine reflection of the two. So mirror, mirror on the wall, who's the fairest of the all? They're asking that to a man. Why do you think girls always asking you, how do I look? Because you're the mirror. They're gonna tell them, nah, take that off. Go put something else on. Cause they be wilding, they be tripping, they be thinking that all that stuff be cool, right? Boom. Who was your favorite superhero growing up? My favorite superhero growing up was the Beyonder. The Beyonder. Go look up the Beyonder and go look up the Beyonder and go look up Molecule Man. These were in the comic books. That was my favorite. That was my two favorite. Molecule Man and the Beyonder. The Beyonder was basically like God. Could no mutant beat him. Could nothing beat him. My favorite character on the X-Men, if I'm gonna go X-Men, my favorite character on the X-Men had to be Wolverine. I didn't like nobody else but Wolverine. I didn't like no damn Cyclops. I didn't like no Beast. I didn't like no Storm. I didn't like I only like two people. Professor Xavier, because he could control your mind, and Wolverine because he had the mother. He could age and heal fast. He could heal fast, and he bought that business. He bought that stick talk. If you that was my two favorite right there. Professor X, because he could control all the minds, and most people don't even know about who the Beyonder is. I know. See what I'm saying? I used to have a rap called the Beyonder. It's the Beyonder, crippin' with the gauge behind you. You feel me? Like, nope, I didn't like Phoenix, because the reason why I didn't like Phoenix, because she had to do all this crazy, because Phoenix was crazy. Phoenix was crazy, always trying to do some crazy stuff. Magneto, he was too full of himself. Magneto was too full of himself. Yeah, I never heard of the Beyonder. Got to do my read. Man, listen, if y'all scroll down, all right, go on Dwayne, go on the live tab on this channel. Scroll down, and you will see I did a live stream where I pit the Marvel versus DC Marvel versus DC top heroes against each other in battle matches to see who wins. You feel me? Battle matches to see who wins. I promise you, bro. Go look, bro. Go if you go look, bro. Go look. I did a whole thing. You feel me? Molecule Man. It was the Marvel and DC whipped their DC pulverized Marvel. DC pulverized Marvel because DC ain't mutants. See, the Marvel is the world of mutants. That's why they're talking about. When you talking about Marvel, you're talking about humans. Men mutated from the X chromosome. When you're talking about DC, you're talking about gods. Gods from various parts of the cosmos that just so happen to stumble upon Earth and get it cracking. Right? It was a cold ass breakdown for sure, for sure. I break it down, man. All of the mutants, man. I forgot who was number one, but man, it was cold. It was cold. Go hit the live tab on here and scroll, and you're gonna see Marvel versus DC. Who wins? That's the name of it. Marvel versus DC. Who wins? Yeah. That's my thing, because a comic book ain't nothing but a cosmic book. And if you want my true opinion is outside of this prison. That's who we really are. We're in this prison of Saturn, and our powers have been stifled because we're in a prison cell called a meat suit called a body. And because we're in this meat suit called a body, we are limited because Saturn is the planet of limits. Saturn is the god of limitations. And so we have limitations, and we are limited to who our true potential and what our true potential is. And therefore, they show us our true potential through movies. They show us our true potential through TV shows and things of that nature. So believe. Remember that. Believe makes all things possible. Remember in the Bible, John 3:16, if you no, not John 3:16, Christians always tell you when they knock on your door to get you to believe in Christ, they always tell you if you believe in your heart and confess with your mouth. See, when you believe in yourself, this is why it's not cool to be quiet. It's not cool to be quiet all the time. You know, well, who she was, where she at? Is she still there? Nina Allure. And that's why it's not cool to be quiet all the time. Why? Because you got to believe in your heart. And once you believe in your heart, you have to confess with your mouth. So once you believe in yourself, you have to tell the universe and show the universe that you believe in yourself. And you can't just say, universe, I believe in myself. No. There are going to become tests, right? So one time, somebody asked me, like, there'll come tests. When he asked me, who you think gonna be the greatest black leader? I said, I'm the greatest black leader. That was a test. That was the universal cosmos testing me to see if I believed in myself of leading black people to ascension, leading black people to that light, that fifth dimension. You feel me? Man, listen, when I showed y'all this, I changed the game. Listen, check this out. I'm about to show it to y'all without the sound. I showed y'all this because I'm changing the game. See, your black leaders ain't showing you this. Your black leaders ain't showing you that this is what they do behind the scenes. I'm just showing you on the front of the scenes. This is me in my backyard doing what? So this week was the palindrome. This week was a palindrome from the 21st to the 29th was a palindrome, meaning everything was mirrored. Everything was the mirror dimension exposing itself. There we go. I did a fire on the 30th, I'm sorry, the 31st to commemorate, to finish the palindrome. So I'm showing you that your black leaders is doing this behind the scenes, but they ain't telling you on the front of the scenes. And we're in the age of Aquarius where knowledge and information has to be available, right? So I teach people this for a living. I live this. I do this. You feel me? They new to this. I'm true to this. They new to this. I'm true to this, bro. So it's a difference between me and, today's leaders, right? I always felt the same way. If it wasn't for Saturn, we would have, we would have superpowers. We would be able to remember all of the superhero characters are just masking who we used to be. Remember, we used to be giants. We used to be tall. Remember, Ant-Man could get giant and tall. Remember that TV show, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids, Honey, I Blew Up the Kids. We used to be able to do a lot of things, and the TV show and the anime shows show you that, right? So having faith, number 7. We getting to number 7. Number 6 was believe. So remember, here we go. Let's do a recap real quick before we go. Number 1, think positive. Number 2, listen. Number 3, pay attention. Number 4, stay focused. Number 5, be patient. Number 6, believe. Number 7, have faith. Faith is believing even when there's no visible proof. Even when there's no visible proof, you got to have faith. Even when there's no visible proof, you got to have faith. Faith is believing. Once again, the Bible says faith is the substance of things hoped for and the evidence of things not seen. Right? If it is the bridge between the visible and invisible world. Faith whispers, keep going. When everything outside of you says, give up. Faith activates your spiritual forces faith activates the supernatural spiritual forces on your behalf and opens doors that are unseen. It kind of explains itself. I'll read it again. Faith is believing even when there is no visible proof. Man, even when there is no visible proof of you being a doctor, I still call myself chakra doctor. Even when there was no visible proof of me having a magical system, I still told everybody I had a magical system. Even when, because it was the idea was still in my mind, still in my being, and I still was building it. And you know, if you build it, they will come. Right? So you have to analyze that faith is a major component of bringing the invisible to the visible world. And once you do that, now you're writing your own ticket. Remember, this is song number 7 on the 10 Commandments of Life album, right? And the song number 7, having faith. I'm going to show you faith. A lot of times when you're practicing magic, a lot of time when you're practicing sorcery, high sorcery at the level that I'm practicing it at, life will seem uncertain. But it is your faith that drives you to keep going, doing the uncertain parts. It is your faith to keep going and not turn your back on the great grand holy mother, because I can't turn my back on the great grand holy mother. It's impossible. Why? Because I have faith in her. I was just talking to one of my students, and we talking about how faith is like this. This is faith. You have to understand that we have a deal with the universe. The universe will provide 80% of all of the things that we need in our life. And we have to provide the other 20% 100% of the time. One more time. Faith is having the wherewithal to trust in the universe, because the universe is going to cover 80% of our needs and wants. But the other 20% of our needs and wants, we're going to have to cover that 100% of the time. It's called tithes and offerings. The only difference is y'all giving tithes and offering to Saturn and not tithes and offering to the Great Mother. If you want to give tithes and offering to the Great Mother, TOGM and hit the cash app. Put a TOGM. Put TOGM on your cash app and send it to the cash app and watch how the Great Mother bless you. If you don't believe me, I'm nigga ready for this here. Watch this here. Bless Great Mother why do I say bless Great Mother? Because you're not blessing me when you bless Great Mother. Why do I say bless Great Mother? Because this whole world belongs to Saturn. Whenever you donate and give money to the Great Mother, you just sacrifice Saturn back to his mama. You just sacrifice Saturn back to the source. So this is why it's important. And you've pushed forward the Great Grand Holy Mother's ventures, the Great Grand Holy Mother's plans, the Great Grand Holy Mother's intentions and her mission on the face of the planet Earth. All right? Faith is the thing that keeps you going when everybody told you to give up. Faith is the thing that keeps you, faith is what wakes you up with the burning desire. Faith is what keeps you fueled when you've been doing this year after year after year after year after year. And you see results, but you're not seeing results you want, but you keep the faith and you keep it going. Faith. And eventually when you arrive, that's one of the main principles you're gonna tell people of how you arrive. Man, I have faith. You gotta have faith. You gotta keep going. You gotta remain solid, bro. You can't stop the hustle, right? Number 8. Number 8 is love. Love is the ultimate commandment. But listen, the reason why I put love at number 8, because in order for you to make it to love, you gotta what? Think positive. You gotta listen. You gotta pay attention. You gotta stay focused. You gotta be patient. You gotta believe, and you gotta have faith. Have faith in what? Love. You gotta think positive with love on your mind. That's the love. You gotta listen to love. You gotta pay attention to love. You gotta what? Stay focused on love. You gotta be patient with love. You gotta believe in love. And you gotta have faith in love. When you have faith in love, now number 9 and 10 comes into place. But let's get to number 8. Love. Love is the ultimate commandment. Love yourself first. Why? Because when you love yourself, you are loving the universe, because the kingdom of heaven is within. Love yourself first so that you can love others purely. Love heals. Love transforms. Love uplifts. Love liberates. Love is the purest form of energy, capable of dissolving all fear. Who is fear? Saturn. Capable of dissolving all anger. Who is anger? Saturn. Capable of dissolving all hatred. Where that hatred come from? Saturn. Let love be your language, your guide, and your legacy. Listen to the love. Love is the ultimate commandment. Love yourself first, bro. Why? And the Bible even tells you, love yourself and then love your neighbor as you love yourself and then love your enemy. These are the three main loves that are hard to do. It's hard for us to love ourselves. It's hard for us to love our neighbor as we love ourselves. And it's hard for us to love our enemy. Ooh. It's easy to love our mama. It's easy to love our daddy. It's easy to love our children. It's easy to love our spouses. It's easy to love our jobs. It's easy to love, the things that we love. But it's hard to love ourselves. It is hard to love our neighbors. And it is hard to love our enemies. If you can master these three loves, thinking positive, how do you love yourself? How do you love your neighbor? How do you love your enemy? You ready? You think positive. You listen. You pay attention. You stay focused. You be patient. What? Come on, huh? This is how you love yourself. You be patient. You believe in yourself. That's a form of love. You have faith in yourself. That's a form of loving yourself. See? Love spelled backwards is evil. If you're not properly loving yourself, you are an evil one. But add a VE to evil and you got evolve. Love spelled backwards. So love is truly, when you love yourself, you are truly evolving. When you love yourself, you are truly giving the energy back to the source so that the source can regurgitate that love back to you in the form of a physical manifestation. So in order for you to truly love yourself, you got to think positive about yourself. You gotta what? You gotta bro. I'm not about to use profanity. Then I say profanity. Profanity. Fantasies are pros. But you gotta think positive about yourself. You dig? Listen to that inner still voice of love. Pay attention to that inner still voice of love. Stay focused on it. See? You got to follow the rules of the game. So how is it? Can't be careful with love. You don't have to wait. They say love comes easy. It's a chance of give and take. Remember, the reason why people don't understand love is because love is instant. Love is a given. Love is what keeps your chakras burning with fire. Love is what keeps your heart beating. Love is what keeps your breath flowing. Love is what keeps everything going into motion. This is why we get so impatient with love, because it's so easy to achieve. But it's easy to achieve, it's easy to receive, but it is hard to maintain. It is hard to stay focused on. It is hard to be patient with, especially the tough love. Especially the tough love. That's another reason why my black people gonna love me as a leader. Why? Because I'm not afraid to give them the tough love. I'm not afraid to say, bitch, you tripping. I'm not afraid to say, nigga, you tripping. Feel me? Boom. The purest form of energy. Love. Remember, there is no other love outside of unconditional love. Every other love outside of unconditional love is the illusion of love. If the love is truly unconditional, and remember, love don't mean you're gonna let people walk over you. Love don't mean you're gonna let people mess over you. Love don't mean you're gonna let people run over you. Because there's an aspect of love called tough love that won't allow that to happen. But love is being able to realize that, hey, just because you ran over me, just because you did this, that, and the third, doesn't mean I lost the love. It just means I smartened up and showed you tough love and didn't let you run over me. Because some people will take that as, oh, you said you will always be there for me. I am here for you. But sometimes you got to be there for people from a distance. Sometimes you got to let people walk down their path of love and learn all of the things that you were telling them, but they couldn't receive it when it was coming from you. After that, after 8 and you tap into the love, what you gonna do? You're gonna meditate. Full chakra activation, but we're gonna get the meditation. Meditation, no, we're gonna replace the word meditation with full chakra activation. Full chakra activation is the practice of stilling the mind to hear the whispers of your soul. In full chakra activation, you remember who you really are beyond the noise. It enhances your intuition, your creativity, your peace, and your power. Regular full chakra activation creates a sanctuary inside of you that nothing outside can disturb. So number 9 is meditate. You need, and there's no better meditation on the face of the planet Earth than full chakra activation. If you can't meditate for an hour, you not meditating. If you can't sit still for an hour and activate your chakras, all chakras activate, and breathe, and see in your mind's eye, receive the messages that the universe has to come give you, and output the energy into the universe that you want the universe to understand from you, then you still gotta get there, right? Any advice for someone who's addicted to naughty things on the internet and or has perverted mind? My friend has a porn addiction, and I am trying to help him change his mindset. Advice for corn addiction. My advice for corn addiction is detox from phones and electronics. Take away your phone, take away your electronics. Would you be able to watch corn? No. You know, but even deeper, if you truly got a person that is addicted to corn, I feel like my magic don't miss it. He got to come see the chakra doctor. He got to get part of these men. The only reason why he's addicted to corn is because he ain't got nothing else better to do with his time. If he was getting up off of his butt and chasing to the bag, he wouldn't have time to be addicted to corn. If he was getting up off his behind and chasing his purpose in life, see, remember, addictions. If he was able to read, you got to get him the book. I speak about corn addiction and how Saturn has turned true love into corn, right? Because I don't want to keep saying the P word. You know what I mean? But Saturn has turned the lessons of love into corn addiction. And when you are addicted to the corn, you're gonna have to take drastic measures. Drastic measures. First and foremost, a nigga addicted to corn, he's corny and he ain't getting no females. You ain't getting no bitches addicted to no, but man, you ain't getting no bras. Right? Right. You have to substitute corn with daily activities that he's not doing. I guarantee he addicted to corn. He's not waking up early and saying affirmations, writing affirmations, doing FC yoga, light code activations. He ain't doing activating his chakras. He's not eating right. He's not drinking right. He's not thinking right. He is not being right. I guarantee you, you can't be saying, "Oh, I'm addicted to corn," but guess what? I love to drink healthy drinks. See, his mind is unhealthy because he drinks and eats unhealthy. You are what you eat. So I guarantee you the chemicals and things in his food, the chemical and things in his drinks, the people that are around him are literally reinforcing and enabling him to be this way. But if he had a divine purpose, a divine mission about himself, he would not have time for corn because the only thing that's available is his mission. That's another thing. People who are addicted to corn, let's make it clear, you lame. You can't. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong, but if you're addicted to it and it's a problem and you can't stop it, there's something wrong with it. If you're addicted to it, it's a problem and you can't do nothing with it and you can't stop it, that's a red flag and you need an intervention. You need an intervention. Trying is for failures. Trying is for failures. Trying is for failures. Yeah. I be trying. Nah, trying is for failures. If the doctor told you if you beat your dick again one more time, you're gonna die, you will stop immediately. See, that's how you know trying is for failures. So you can't, and why would you want to help first and foremost, why is that type of person your friend? See, Logie, it making me think it's either you, but if it ain't you, why would you have somebody like that as a friend? I could never have a nigga addicted to corn as my friend. I'm doing too much man shit. I don't even want to shake your hand because nigga, that's all you do is touch your fucking dick. I'm hell no. Hell no. All you do is touch your wee-wee and play with your wee-wee all day. Why the hell would I want to dap you up? Why the hell would I don't even want you around me because I don't even want you around me. I don't want you around my kids. I don't want you around my old lady. I don't want you around nothing that I got going on. Why? Because you are a pervert. You don't have control. You don't have dick discipline. You don't have discipline over your sexual desires, which means you are for lack of better words, you a fuck boy. You a fuck boy. You can't get no girls to perform like the girls in the porno, so you got to go watch other girls do it. Now I can see if you was the type of dude, you was a player cat, you and your girl in the bedroom, and you and your friends in the bedroom, you know what I'm saying, your girlfriends. And I ain't talking about your boys. You and your girlfriends are in the bedroom, and y'all cut on some porn and get it spiced up in there. Boom, I can see that going on. Or you know, you doing you a ritual, some magical rituals, and you needed some extra energy, and you get you some, you know, some certain type of porns involved. I understand that type of energy, but if you're addicted and you can't stop, I don't need, you can't. That's like having a drug addict as a friend. He's gonna think in the terms of what serves his drug addiction. A corn addict is gonna think in the terms of what serves his corn addiction. He's gonna make moves and decisions based on the corn addiction. That would not be my friend. That would not be somebody I'm trying to help. I'm not trying to help you. I'm not trying to help no nigga stop beating his dick. Who the fuck I look like? Captain Save a Dick, nigga? I'm not, man, nigga. You sound like a female trying to save a nigga from his own dick. Let that nigga beat his dick. Let that nigga have a corn addiction. He probably can't get him no coochie. All right. Yeah, man. Fuck that. Let him have his corn addiction. Long as he an ally in Marvel Rivals, everything else is easy peasy. But I'm not trying to stop no nigga from beating. I don't have no desire to stop a nigga from beating his dick. Beat that bitch till it fall off, nigga. I don't have no desire to stop anybody from their addictions. I feel like you got that addiction because that addiction is your test in life for you to beat. And if you don't beat it, oh well. But if you do beat it, more power to you. But I ain't trying to know. I'm not trying to help nobody. I ain't got really. That's what I'm saying. You're just an empty vessel filled with the wrong things. You're an empty vessel filled with not him, not you, but him. He's an empty vessel filled with the wrong things. I'm not trying to save no nigga from his own dick. That's dead. I'm not trying to save no nigga from his own penis, brother. You're a better man than me. You're a better man than me, bro. But meditation is song number 9 on the 10 Positive Commandments, 10 Commandments of Life album. You feel me? Once again, meditation is the practice of stilling the mind. A lot of y'all don't know how to still your mind yet. How many in here can say they know how to quiet their mind? What is quieting the mind? Where you shut off the thoughts that's going in your mind and you can just sit here quiet with no thoughts racing in your mind. That's meditation. But there's levels of meditation, right? When you're able to sit still and quiet the mind, a lot of y'all don't even know how to shut your mind and tell your mind to shut the fuck up so that you can really think and listen to your intuition, right? When you are meditating and activating your chakras, you are listening to the what? The whispers of your soul. Your soul finally gets a chance to have a voice and you get a chance to hear it through the meditation. It enhances your intuition, your creativity, your peace, and your power. Wait a minute, let me get y'all to screenshot this so that y'all can have that. Screenshot. Boom, there y'all go. Screenshot it. Hold on, let me take this banner off. Screenshot it. I'll give you a few seconds. Screenshot that, daddy. And we're about to get into song number 10. But meditation is so powerful. But you can't meditate unless you thinking positive. It don't make no sense to meditate and you got a negative mind. You go on a meditation to quiet the negative mind. You go on a meditation to listen to the positive mind, right? To listen to the intuition. You feel me? So boom. Y'all screenshotted that. And boom. So you screenshotted that. So meditation. So in order for the meditation to work, you got to get all the other principles working. When you meditating, you better be thinking positive during your meditation. When you meditating, you got to listen for the whispers of your soul in the meditation. You got to pay attention to the whisper. You got to stay focused on the whisper. You got to be patient with the whispers. If nothing whispers to you, stop getting discouraged. You got to believe in what your soul tells you, aka your intuition. You got to have faith in what your soul tells you. You got to love what your soul tells you. But you got to meditate in order for your soul to tell you. And when you do those 1 through 9, when you do 1 through 9, you will reach song number 10, the outro. Manifestation. Number 10, manifest. Manifestation is song number 1 through 9 compiled together, creating a whole physical reality for the outro, right? Boom. Manifestation is the conscious creation of your reality. Meaning, if you have things in your reality that you do not like and you don't want, it is your consciousness that created it and attracted it. And it will be your consciousness that removes it and manifests something different. By aligning your thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and actions, you summon the life you desire into existence. I'll repeat it again. By aligning your thoughts better be positive. By aligning your emotions, remember, thought brings the feeling. Your emotions better be positive. Feeling, right? By aligning your belief systems better be positive, right? Your actions will bring about actions. Your actions better be positive. You summon the life you desire into existence. You can't summon the life you desire into existence unless you are aligning your thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and actions. Okay? Manifesting is magic. A lot of y'all talk that manifestation stuff, but y'all talking magic unknowingly, right? For people that can't turn off their thoughts, what is the best way to go about that? FCA yoga. FCA yoga, full chakra activation. You have to activate your chakra. What is FCA yoga? FCA yoga is my yoga system that I created that completely stills your mind. It not steal, S-T-E-A-L, still, S-T-I-L-L. When you are able to activate all of your chakras simultaneously, your mind shuts off and you go into the state of what we call in meditation the state of no mind. What is the state of no mind? The state of no mind is you being able to close your eyes, be quiet, and your mind is quiet also, and you ain't got no thoughts just bouncing around. Oh, I wonder what I got to do tomorrow. Oh, girl, this, that, and the third. Da, 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 da. And all the inner chitter chatter shuts down and quiets out. And you are able to what? You are able to attract, and you are able to listen to this inner intuitive voice, right? Your inner intuitive voice, you're able to listen to it and follow it and do things and get revelations and get ideas and get all kind of extrapolate and extract all kind of knowledge, information, wisdom, and understanding from the great mother universe. Activating your chakras steals the mind so much that everybody report the same thing. Everybody report the same. Matter of fact, look at this. I don't normally do this, but hold on. Let me give you the testimony. Let me give a testimony real quick. Boom, I'm gonna let this load. So they got people, right? They got people who haven't, they got people who who've been meditating their whole life and coming to my system of FCA yoga and say, I thought I was meditating, but now that I did the chakra activation, I see I wasn't meditating at all. They got people who come into my yoga system and get into my yoga system, and after experiencing full chakra activation, they realize they've been meditating wrong for the last 15 years, for the last 10, 20 years. They've been meditating all wrong. Um, one of my top testimonials comes from a yogi who thought they were meditating correctly, but really wasn't meditating correctly, and they got into my yoga system and fully and gained that enlightenment and seeing, oh, wait a minute, I was doing it wrong the whole time. So most definitely, you see that? What's the best way for people to turn off their thoughts? The best way to turn off your thought is FCA yoga, because when your chakras activate, your chakras are your spirit and your soul. When your spirit and your soul when your spirit and your soul activates, your mind, the off button switch goes on. You hit off the off button, and now your mind is clear. And now while your spirit, aka your chakras, has taken control, you are in a state of no mind, and you can receive downloads from the universe. You can receive intuitive thought forms from your higher self. You can receive all of the positive emotions that you want to receive, but most importantly, you can feel it, physically feel it, coursing throughout your body as an overwhelming electromagnetic feeling and function in your body that lets you know that, wait a minute, this is real. This is what I'm getting is real. You feel me? So this is the name of the thing. Meditation activation is so important to your manifestation. So I'm going to show you now. I'm going to show you this testimonial. It's downloading right now. I'm going to show you this testimonial, and this testimonial is going to give you the courage to let Chakra Doctor activate your chakras. Once I do it one time, once I activate your chakras one time and you memorize it or whatever, you don't got to come to me no more for it. That's the great thing about my programs. Once you learn my programs, they teach you to be self-sufficient, and you no longer need me anymore for them. Period. That's what the business is. You feel me? So hold on, let me let this process, and then I'm going to show y'all like testimonial. I got everything, and then all my ways and all the things that I do, I got testimonials for them, bro. All my ways and all the things that I do, I got testimonials for them. Everything, like every single thing, bro. Every single thing I got a testimonial for it, right? So understand that. Hold on, let me hold up. Let me do this real quick. Boom. So let me give you the testimonial, man. Hold on. Let me see what the comments say real quick. Hold up. Why is this here? You see what Gusto say? He ain't lying. He ain't lying. Why is this here though? Hold on. Yeah, Dwayne was right. This stuff here be crazy. Check it out.
So I got my chakras activated by Chakra Doctor, and at first I didn't really know what to expect, because I thought that I was meditating or practicing meditation effectively. But I want to say, if there's anyone out there that practices meditation, it would behoove you to have your chakras activated, okay? In order to capture the full experience of meditation, which I thought that I was capturing prior to having my chakras activated, it's not even close. This Having your chakras activated takes it to a whole nother level. Okay? Trust me on this. This man is a genius. Okay? He's formulated a way to activate, to do a full body chakra activation. You know, we're usually, accustomed to 7 chakras, and no. He's formulated a way to activate a full body activation. So I'm sure everybody's experience will be different, but for me, from my experience, very hard to describe, but I'm going to describe it in the best way that I can. Okay, you have to experience it for yourself. You have to. It's like an electromagnetic like waves going through your body, your entire body. Okay, it's a sense of peace. It's a exhilaration. It's a natural high, and your energy feels lighter. Okay, my energy was lighter because prior to me getting my chakras activated, I'm not gonna lie, my vibe was low. I was in a low vibration. Not because I'm a low vibing person, but I'm human, and so there were things that were kind of chipping away at me, and I'm glad that I did get my chakras activated because it lightened my my aura. It raised my vibration. Okay, and it's crazy because I'm not a morning person. Okay, but this morning I got up at 5 o'clock. I got up at dawn. Okay, and I started doing things around the house before I even came to work, because I'm at work right now, and I started doing various things around the house, cleaned up the kitchen and did some vacuuming, and I'm like, where is this? And it's raining out. It's raining out today. So yeah, that's not me. I'm in every 5. Can I get 5 more minutes? 5 more minutes, 2 more minutes, 2 more minutes to the last second till I can't get another wink, and then I'm up. I got up a few hours early this morning, got things done in the house, and I wasn't dragging. I know that has something to do, everything to do with having my chakras activated and my energy level, like your aura, it heightens your aura. Plus, in the home, just the people in the home, that my family energy feel is lighter, I guess, kind of feeding off of me. So yeah, there is a difference, and that's aside from just the feeling of okay. So also too, what I liked about Chakra Doctor is that he takes his time and he doesn't just
Right? So there you go, man. The proof of evidence, man. Meditation, aka full chakra activation, that's number 9. But manifestation is the conscious, number 10, the outro to the song. Manifestation is the conscious creation of your reality. By aligning your thoughts, emotions, beliefs, and actions, you summon the life you desire into existence. Right? Manifesting is magic. It is the science of intention and vibration. You set your intention and you raise your vibration so high that your intention gets it. When you set your intention and you raise your vibration through the meditation, your intention rises higher. The higher your intention rises, the more likely that intention is to become a reality, right? Um, and remember, a lot of people are manifesting the things that they don't want simply by giving a lot of energy and a lot of focus and a lot of attention to the things that they don't want. All right. It is the science of intention and vibration. You are not a passive observer of life. You are a powerful creator. And this is why they say I say that ye are, in the Bible, it says, I say that ye are gods. Why? Because you have the ability to manifest that which is nothing and turn it into something. You are able to dive into the realms of nothingness, the great grand holy mother, that's the nothingness, and bring it into the realms of somethingness, that is the realm of the creator, God. We are all, remember, we are all just pieces of the universe having an experience as different aspects. So understanding, so once again, as a recap, 10 commandments of life, boom. I think positive, right? Number one. So if you're gonna work our way backwards, let's work our way backwards. You can't manifest without, you can't really manifest at a high level without proper meditation. You can't meditate properly unless you can't meditate true quiet the mind without what? Without truly accessing love. You can't access love without having faith. You can't access the faith without belief. You can't access the belief without patience. And you can't access the patience without focus. And you can't access the focus without paying attention. And you can't access paying attention without listening. And you can't truly listen and absorb unless you're thinking positive. You see? But it works frontwards just as it works backwards. Number one, thinking positive brings active listening, right? The art of listening. Number two, active listening brings about paying attention. Number three, paying attention brings you to focus. Number four, focus brings you to being patient. Number five, patient brings you to belief. Belief brings you to faith. Faith brings you to love. Love brings you to activation. Activation brings you to manifestation. Bingo. Point seen, money gone. I so now you're doing, look good. You ready? Now you're doing the part, I'm manifesting to get taller. Now you're doing the part where it says thinking positive doesn't mean ignoring reality. Stop ignoring the reality that you are the height that you are. And start changing the things that you can change. Mother Nature is in control of getting taller. Mother Nature is in control of people who Mother Nature controls who's going to be strong. He skipped all the steps. All this, see what I'm saying, bro? See what I'm saying with you niggas? All this goddamn talking, all this goddamn game, all this goddamn Jews nigga dropping. And he trampled them underfoot and said, I'm about to manifest getting taller. Out of all the things you could be manifesting, you could be manifesting a more healthier body. You could be manifesting a more healthier mind. You could be manifesting a more healthier thought form. You could be manifesting a more healthier bank account. You are insecure about your height. I'm telling you, the one that's addicted to the porn. Ain't nobody, ain't no friend playing no Marvel told you he addicted to porn. You ain't trying to help your friend. You trying to help yourself, nigga. Nigga, and you addicted to porn because you ain't got no bitches because you insecure about your height. Instead of embracing your height and saying, no matter what height I am, I'm gonna get all the bitches. I'm gonna get all the bitches that the great grand holy mother that nature got ready for me. Man, you missed the whole gang of stuff, man. You gonna have to go to the rewatch, bro. Neo positive, good over evil. Hey, man. You got it, man. We just talking about the 10 commandments of life. We just made it out of number 10, bro. You just came in out of number 10. At 222. At 222. Finish this shit at 222, bro. One thing for certain and two things for sure. Y'all got to make sure y'all buy in to what the chakra doctor has to offer, because I have to offer things that improve the human condition at the highest level. But bro, you are passing up, you are literally saying, hey, bro, stop beating your dick, bro. Have some discipline. Stop beating your dick. Get off the computer. Get off the computer screen. Start exercising. Start eating right. Start thinking right. Start drinking right. Start reading books. Get the mentorships. You feel me? Start activating your chakras. Listen to positive hertz frequency. Follow the 10 commandments, bro. Follow the 10 commandments, and everything gonna be just fine. Follow the 10 commandments, and everything will be just fine. It's the 10 commandments of life, my brother. You already know what the business is.
Wow, that's crazy.
I told you we'd be deathless. We just need new shells from time to time. And plenty of souls to eat.
עזוב את הדגל! אהו, זה הדגל שלי! אהו! עורב! אנרכיסט! הלו! עזוב את הדגל!
קרא לי אותו לגזרים.
אני בשוק.
באמת בדיוק כמו שהמדינה שלנו כרגע קרואה לגזרים.
עורב! עורב! מה? אני בהלם.
רגע, אתה ממש רוצח סדרתי.
שיט.
That nigga ain't straight. That nigga gay.
I am aware of certain things that Hollywood does when it comes to dealing with our brothers. You have to pass a certain test. You have to be part of some type of humiliation community.
1,000 bottles, 1,000 bottles, How the fuck we catch you with 1,000 bottles? 1,000 bottles,
1,000 bottles,
1,000 bottles, How the fuck we catch you with 1,000 bottles?
1,000 bottles.
Miracle Food is the ultimate superfood to elevate your diet. Made with only 3 all-natural ingredients, it's completely allergen-free and works as a powerful detox. Miracle Food helps cleanse the body of toxins, supports weight loss, stabilizes emotional and mental well-being, improves sleep, boosts energy, and promotes disease prevention, among many other benefits. Miracle Tea is our all-natural blend of 9 herbs designed to target a range of health issues. It enhances energy, relieves bloating and constipation, eases pain and swelling, lowers blood pressure, and even treats eczema, liver disease, and bronchitis. Together, Miracle Food and Miracle Tea form a powerful duo known to support the healing of even the most stubborn conditions. From cancer.
The people are raving.
The algorithms.
That's algorithms.
There's money magic algorithms.
Magic algorithms, y'all. Money algorithms.
The algorithms are changing their lives.
See multiple bonuses.
Get the bag, boy.
Algorithms are a hidden process and set of magical rules for your computer or phone to follow. In order to problem solve the calculations in your lifestyle situations, improve areas in financial improvement, love and relationships, healing and protection, law and legal matters, learning and education, and curse-cross revenge. Life-changing results is only a click away.
I love these magic algorithms.
Yeah, man, y'all gotta get yourself a money magic algorithm, man, and just watch the fireworks in your life happen.
Buy full sets or get them individually for only $5. Visit chakradoctor.xyz and get your algorithm today.
I'm the greatest, bitch, I'm God, oh bitch, I'm God. Won't you come and meet your maker, bitch, I'm God, oh bitch, I'm God. All I need is your bridges, pay me.